way?
little
This
bit.
way?
Yeah.
Okay, you sing?
Nah, I'm not about to sing yet. We on
Yup,
the radio,
you
man.
solid.
Kofi, you gonna sing us in with the Black National Anthem?
This is
Um,
yourself right here, right?
lift
Uh-huh.
every
Oh.
voice and sing. No, I ain't about to do it.
Did y'all have to sing that like at the beginning of class when you was in school?
Man, I went to
Every
Catholic
class?
school, boy. I went to Catholic school.
When we was in
We wasn't
Philly,
singing
we
that.
did.
They would say,
Did you? The Black National Anthem?
Yep.
Man, oh, we didn't introduce
Word.
ourselves.
Yo, what's up? What's
Show.
up? What's up? How y'all doing today? We right here. We live at Planet Radio. You know what I mean? I'm glad y'all here today with us. You know, y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all here with us
But
right
you here
now.
with me.
You know what I mean?
appreciate that.
But we about to go ahead. You know, it's be your boy DJ Show from Planet
Show.
Radio. You know what I'm saying? We live every Thursday night. If y'all want to call in, y'all more than welcome to. But let's go ahead and introduce ourselves right now on the radio station.
What's good? How do you does? It's your girl Inkwell J, aka Huey She Newton, aka Ink Very Well. Because I don't just ink well, I ink very well. How do you does? Oh my goodness!
hello, how you
It's a
doing?
celebrity in here!
How you doing,
Oh
Queen?
my
What's
God.
going on? We got our
We
interviewee
need
in
to
the
make
building,
moves
y'all.
now.
Check
Let's
this.
move around now. Hold on, y'all. Gail Bean just walked in. Hello. Hi.
I'm gonna just move over. What's up, bro? How you feeling? Cold.
How are you? I know we on air right now. It's okay.
What about Tokyo?
Little Tokyo? She said, Tokyo, we just got off the plane. Hi, I'm Ink. Khalid, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I
We're gonna have you right over there next to Coke. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna just go ahead and move in over now.
No, I'm Egypt. I was calling you
Oh,
Queen. No,
Told you, she's so sweet. She's so sweet.
okay, cool.
Indian style too, though.
Which radio is it?
Hello. Nice to
Is
meet you.
there?
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. Go
Thank
to.
you for having me.
Hold
Hello.
on, I'm about to help you out right now.
Were you from Ghana?
Yeah.
Go
Well,
to
I
this
was born here, but
profile.
I was
Yeah.
Profile.
you was just in Ghana. Let me find out. Why?
The link in that profile's bio
Accra?
is where you
That's
can
where my most
listen
of
to
my
us.
family's from.
What?
Accra and then South
The
Africa
number
is
to
where my
call
mother's
in
side.
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
310
Uh huh.
594
Uh huh.
3529.
Okay. That's the number to call
You
in.
said I'm not nervous. You know who I am.
I'm gonna
Oh, wait,
pin
I
it.
need to
Get
put
off
some
my
headphones on.
Oh yeah.
Get off my Insta
Okay.
snap.
I'm playing.
I'm gonna pin it so that
So
y'all can call in
I'm going to.
when you're ready to call in.
Yo,
When
what's
you're
good,
ready
big
to
bro? How
call
you
in.
feeling, man?
When you're
Philly
ready to
Creeks
call
run.
in. Okay. So, Gail, you here? Let's introduce you now, and then we're gonna get into the beginning segments, and then we're just gonna jump right into having you here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, introduce yourself, or should I introduce her? I'll do it.
No, I had said earlier, I was like, I'm going on Plan B radio, and I was like, wait a minute.
Plan B. No.
I
Oh, Lord.
I was like,
Murderer!
Distract from the plan
Hitman!
A.
I had a disclaimer. I was like, wait a minute.
But it's good. You promoting pro-choice.
Pro-choice.
Exactly.
Oh,
I'm
Exactly.
pro-choice.
Oh, my bad.
You good, you good, you good.
I'm trying to-
Just
yeah.
gotta make sure it's straight.
Let's do it. Philly Creeks run. You already know,
So
man.
I don't know. Wait, you're Greek.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I
hold
am.
on. Okay, wait.
Yeah,
Let me introduce. Okay, everybody.
I saw black and gold.
We have
Got what?
Queen
I'm a-
This is
Gail
my homies, so I
Bean
know you're the-
from Issa Rae's Insecure.
Wait, can I?
From Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino's Atlanta. The Belko Experiment, which still to this day is one of the most nerve-wracking corporate movies I've ever watched by accident. Here's the thing. I was gonna watch it, right? My dad calls me over 2 days before. I was like, I'm gonna watch it this Sunday. My dad calls me over on Friday. He's like, hey, we need to watch this movie together. I'm like, oh, for sure, okay, whatever. He just so happened to be watching the same movie I'm trying to watch, but I totally wasn't prepared. I had a bright day. I went to the beach that day or something like that. After that movie, I was just kind of sitting in the corner of the couch like, man, fucking 9 to 5. Who need a job anyway?
Oh, damn.
So, but it was good. The fact that it even affected my
Thank
emotions
you.
like that.
Thank
You know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And then unexpected.
Yes.
Yes.
That unexpected put me on.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
always gonna hold unexpected down. They put
As
me
you
on.
should.
Well, then
The director of Unexpected actually she is friends with the director Amy from my episode, my Atlanta episode, and she was like, "Yo, I just recommended you for Atlanta." The director is a friend of mine. I was like, "Oh my god."
the joys of being like consistent and then having great light, like people remember you.
Girl, favor ain't
Cause
fair.
you trying look.
Dang,
I told y'all.
I like
He
that.
do it.
Ain't she
I
beautiful?
like that.
Y'all
She's
just have
sweet.
to see her.
Oh
Y'all
my
have to see her.
God.
Like, look at her.
Oh my god.
What they saying
Scoot
Friday?
down, scoot down.
What she saying
Scoot down.
Friday? She's so cute.
Oh,
she
you
got
got
all
it.
her
I'm
teeth.
here. We there? Okay.
Nah, I I like
Thank
the
you.
part where they be like, damn. That's how I'm feeling right now. You feel me?
That's how you feeling right
Yeah.
now? Look,
So
okay. Trying to tell you, I ain't got no ugly friends.
make sure y'all listening to Plan A Radio. A
You
is
heard?
in
She
Alpha.
made sure she
Plan
said,
A.
hey,
Plan
Plan
A
A
Radio.
Plan A Radio.
Hey,
Plan A
hey, for
Radio.
Atlanta, like Atlanta, you know where
Yes,
she from,
yes.
so
We
make
out
sure
here.
Plan A Radio, make sure you tune in, you know?
So let's get into today's topics, and then we're gonna get into the interview.
Okay.
And Gail, obviously, of course, you can jump in.
Okay.
So, Kof,
Oh,
Kof, did you
man.
even get a chance to introduce yourself, Kof?
I didn't.
Introduce yourself, Kof, because I'm ready for your tagline.
Oh, you got me. You ready?
I got you.
He's an
On the
alpha.
spit
He's an
side.
alpha.
On the spit
You know what it
side.
is. You're not witnessing royalty in the flesh, finesse at its best. I am King Cole from the East Coast to the West Coast. This is Plan A Radio, Mr. Fucker Plan B, and we are now live.
Hey, that guy, Kof
I don't know nothing that good. I can't think of nothing like that.
Kof is a natural. Kof is a natural.
Kof is a natural. Egypt, you gonna introduce yourself?
Yeah, I got you. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Egypt Ali live on Planet A Radio with DJ Show.
Show.
Hey, now rocking with the best here at Planet A Radio. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm sharing, I mean, I'm sharing. Okay, so Kof titled the beginning segment. We bring it into the show. Welcome to the 1960s.
All right.
DJ Show, you got a sound effect for us? Like the sound of like a whip
It
or
got me
something?
some old, like.
Oh wait, the title of the show is Welcome to the
The title of
1960s.
this, the beginning segment, these topics.
Oh,
is called
okay.
Welcome
I
to
was
the
like,
1960s
the
because,
60s.
of course, white folk been tripping. So
Yeah, yeah.
we want
She
to
said,
take
yeah,
them back
regular.
in time, but in the present. Oh,
Oh,
that's the sound.
that.
They'll
that-
shoot niggas back in the day, so.
Let me just say something. I did a radio interview like 2 days ago, and I was the first black person they had on there and the first female.
How? In
So
2018.
they were great though, but I had to inform. He was telling me that his friend went to go see Black Panther and did press, and he was like a little nervous because they had like a African exhibit and all this different stuff, and he just felt out of place. So I had to let him know we've been going to see white folks movies for a long damn time, and we ain't never felt out of place. Like shit, like Titanic, Notebook. I'm the female in the Notebook. Just because she white don't mean that I can't. Hey.
Hella
So I had to
lit.
let him know. I said, so that just means we need more black films out.
Yeah.
If you
Right.
feel out of place by going to see a black movie,
Just
I'm
a
saying,
movie.
but bruh.
That's the thing that I had to explain to a lot of people about Black Panther coming out. It did so much more than just be a movie. It empowered so many people to let them know that you could do whatever it is that you want to do. You could be a
Facts.
producer, you could be an actor, and it also shows how important the black dollar is.
Look.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I think having Black Panther, it's pivotal. It's so much bigger than just a movie.
Yeah, Black Panther really did set the stage for a lot of white studios to actually see the impact of employing us. You know what I mean? And not in a token light. You can't just throw T and Tamara in a movie and be like, "Hey, we got diversity." Like they're the same genetically, they're the same person. You know what I mean?
Right.
But so let's hop into the first topic. You want to start it off? You want me to start it off?
I got you.
You got it, Cole?
Yeah, I got
Take
you.
it, Cole.
All right, so you know the topic of the day right now is welcome to the 1960s.
Hey.
So as we dive into this topic, it's just so perfect and so pretentious that this Friday, you know, as I was when I was younger, I was profiled as a black male. So before I go to do community service, shout out to Meta World Peace for an amazing event last week. We're gonna get into that in a second. I was able to do, a lot of good work with Meta. Shout out to him. But Friday night, I'm with some good brothers. We're just, communing, speaking about different projects that we're all working on, as we all should be showing love to each other in the industry. And we outside of CBS because I'm about to head home. We in West Hollywood. So if y'all know like the little CBS outside of West Hollywood, got a little parking lot with a kids me. If you don't know it, we're in the parking lot. So one cop car passes by as we're speaking, and I'm just like always a little bit. Whenever I see, I've never once felt comfortable around the cops, but I'm just like
Same.
cool. One cop car passed by. Then we speaking. Second cop car passed by the same route, and I'm like, maybe I should just go ahead on home like I was supposed to. Then a regular car passes by, not passes by. A regular car comes up and stops. Two cops hop out. Both have batons in their hand. Like, oh, we just want to have a conversation.
Oh, with batons? With batons, nigga?
Bruh, what we talking
Who
with?
was he, Joe
Like, I'm not
Jackson?
understanding.
He wanted to,
I don't
he wanted to
understand that
invite you to the
language.
next drumline meeting. That's
See,
all it
yeah,
was.
I'm
Right.
not
Yeah,
going.
it was
Stay
a
longer.
drumline.
I had a
Part
cop
two.
pull me over one time, and at the time I had a Dodge Charger, all black Dodge Charger, and it was like when they first came out. Like I had good grades, so my dad was good to me, and so he pulled me over. Girl, he got enough. I'm the sixth child. pulled me over, and he got out the car. He came up to the front, and at the time, it was Georgia, like deep South Georgia. I had, I think, Gators, like the Gator. I had Alabama Gators in Alabama because at the time I played for Florida, and my brother played for University of Alabama, and he pulled me over and he said, "Whose car was I driving?" I'm sorry, sir, mine. He asked me how could I afford it.
What?
I was like, I'm sorry, my parents bought it. And see, at the time, I didn't really understand the
Oh,
whole
I'd have
like
been, like,
supposed to
shipping
be
a second date.
respectful. I was younger, so it's like you disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect you.
Right.
And yeah, it was not a good experience. So yeah,
Steady.
Yeah, to
Steady
make a long
profile.
story short, like 15 cops pulled up on us. They had us put our hands behind our back, talking about some. See my homie's tattoos, oh these gang tats. Y'all part of a gang. This, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Trying to fake hit us with a baton, search the car, had no warrant. Some females pulled out the store. They was like, my homie was making a joke like, so y'all really gonna try to like do this in front of all these females? And they're like, oh, at least y'all got street cred. I'm like,
what?
why do I want? I'm like, yeah, like I'm like, why do I want street cred? I got a college degree. So I just was like, oh, that's kind of nice. So I was like, I kept saying, you know, they were like, oh, you want street cred? I'm like, no, I got a college degree. Nah, I'm about to do community service. Now I'm doing this, that, third. And what I took that into and what I said at the event that I hosted that night, the night after was like, I'm gonna turn a negative into a positive. Anytime that they try to put a negative connotation on you, just hit them with a positive connotation. So like, you know, Michelle Obama, Auntie said, when they go low, we go high. So I just took that and was like, you know what? I'm never gonna allow something in my life like of that sort, unless you know I get shot or whatever. But to like, you know, to really affect me in a negative way. Even if I did, if that was to happen, I'm trying to make it into a. We going on R&B right now. Say no.
I mean, it's late
I'm
night.
sorry about that, bro.
But
I'm so sorry, bro.
Did they have R&B in the '60s?
They might have.
It wasn't considered.
I don't even think they had the
Probably like
Jackson.
jazz.
I'm just saying, was like, does anybody on here know? Did they have R&B in the '60s? Was they like
was
slow
that
jamming?
Was it considered R&B?
Yeah, it was called rhythm.
I mean, or
and
was it
blues, flat
like
out, but like
hymns that they was singing with a?
look, first of all, I was born in 1988. Everything that happened before that is basically a program in the Matrix. They were waiting for my arrival.
Right.
So
But yeah, needless to say, yo, never
I'm
let
just here to
anything
meet
that
the
happens to you but be a negative. Like, always figure out a way to turn to a positive. Regardless if I felt away, like, people take off work for stuff like that, but it's just like, you know what?
Yeah.
You got to just keep pushing and keep being that influencer that you are. Whatever the case may be. So we're just going to get into this. This is America remake. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it.
This is
Let's get
America
into it.
remake.
You know what? I think that this type of topic should actually go to the women first, simply
Yes,
because
yes,
it was
yes,
a
take
white
over.
woman
Oh.
trying to utilize her
Let me
platform.
Can we
crack
play
my
a little
knuckles.
clip? Do we have This Is America? Can we play
Yeah,
like
pull up,
every
we
time I hear it, I just be like, oh,
Because we
my
watched
soul.
This Is America last week, but the remake, I honestly don't want to give her no views.
Oh wait, what This Is America
Oh,
remake?
no,
Oh,
she
you
gotta
didn't see the
hear it.
remake?
We gotta play it.
Damn, now we
Oh,
gotta
you talking
give
about
her a
the white
review.
girl?
Yeah. Okay, we don't have to give a review.
Oh, I mean, I seen a piece
saw
of
the
it.
IG clip?
Okay, okay,
Okay.
let's
Okay.
let's talk about it.
Y'all dive in.
So initially, I'm enraged
Okay.
because I feel like we don't get to have anything. And by we, I mean we as black people do not get to have anything for ourselves without someone's Caucasian hands coming in and trying to, take a piece of it. It's ironic that we were always called the monkeys with the catchphrase monkey see, monkey do, and everything they see, they want to do. And that infuriates me.
Okay.
But then I'm also, in addition to that, I am at a crossroad in my femininity and my love for blackness, my love for my people, my love for my culture, because as a black woman, I am always having to choose. As you know, the feminist movement was not for me. Susan B. Anthony, Caddy, whatever Stanton, they weren't looking out for me when they were looking for the right for women to vote.
I like
And
this.
in fact, they were saying, we don't need them to vote, we just need to vote. And that frustrates me because now the feminist movement is coming out. As a black woman, me supporting Donald Glover and him calling out the atrocities in America, I support This Is America. But then everything she's talking about as a woman, I have experienced, and I'm frustrated with having to choose. I'm frustrated that rather than creating a new dialogue, when clearly we're in a position to have these conversations, she didn't create her own platform. She had to take away from us, and now we as black women are put in a position where we have to choose. Because everything she said, it's a conversation that we actually do need to have. I can't take that away from her, but her stealing the content from Donald Glover bothers because you could have done anything else. And the fact is, her saying that this is America and then talking about all the atrocities against women, that's not America, baby. That's the world. You should have called it "This is the globe."
Okay, my take on This Is America. So I haven't seen the entire clip of the white girl doing the whole "This Is America," but I'm coming from a different light. Okay, I go to the women's marches. I know a lot of women don't go. As a black woman, I do go to the women's marches. I do support it because I feel like I got a poem. We'll talk about that. It's called feminism. But I seen a clip of the video. I feel like America's so fucking sensitive. Like yes, I love the video. I thought it was genius. I think Donald Glover's dope as fuck. I thought he's genius. But I don't really know the content of hers. I figured hers was just maybe a joke or something, which we take shit that white people do and make jokes out of it all the time. Now I know it's some things where it's like some stuff you shouldn't joke about. Like I still feel like white folks shouldn't say nigga. Like you can't. Like and I don't that's the thing, that's a whole nother issue I got with LA. Like LA is the most liberal place that's so fucking racist. And I'm from the South. But I wasn't really tripping about her video. I was like, oh, okay, she's trying to be funny, I guess.
Was she?
So
I haven't seen a video or don't know the
right,
lyrics. I just saw a white girl in like a clip of a video, so I don't really know. I assumed because I've seen a lot of people like dub a different song over it. Kept deep coming. You know, for that Free Willy. I know y'all seen that. Yeah, I know y'all seen like the YMCA dub. So I didn't really see the video of the white girl doing the whole "This Is America" video, but I mean, it didn't really bother me. I was just like, oh, okay, she took some shit and tried to create it and make it hers. Like, we see white folks do covers of our shit all the time. Like, how many times have you heard, like, soft punk rap? I don't even know the genre, but...
The fact that they even thought they was going to make a new genre.
No.
We got to shut it down, y'all. Delete the
Logic.
hashtag.
Even though I do listen to Logic, but come on, son.
Logic lit.
I do listen to him. See,
I
like...
Logic.
But I wasn't tripping when I was like, oh, okay. But it's because I didn't feel like it took away from Donald. I was very fucking happy about it because I felt like it took away from Kanye. Like, thank God we got off that subject. But nah, I wasn't really tripping about the whole white girl making thing. But maybe if I see it, I might listen to it.
See, this is the thing that I think, right? I think that what she was trying to do was trying to highlight rape culture in the video, which I think is very important. But at the same time, do it in your own way with something that's not fresh and black owned. Right now, it's hard for us to have something that we're happy or proud about. And now we finally have this thing where we're finally like, you know what? This is a conscious black brother and he's saying something great and he's sending a good message. And then you want to go ahead and taint it and make it something else. And we only had it for like, what, a week?
6 days. You know what I'm saying? I think it was 6 days.
We only had the "This Is
You feel me?
America"
So, like,
video
imagine,
for a
imagine
week.
you got a dream, right? Imagine you got a dream and you couldn't wait to show the world your dream, and then all of a sudden after you put it out there and everybody's enraged, you love it, and then somebody take your dream and tweak it a little bit, and now it's their dream.
Right.
Like it's like, dang, I put in years for this, and you just and if you watch the video, it was like sloppy. It was just slapped together.
Yeah.
I took my time. It took a team to make this happen, and you slapped some stuff together, and now you want credit for it.
Right.
Nah, we're not doing that. And it's a slap in the face to our culture simply because he took the time out to identify with each and every one of us in different aspects. Even going back to Sambo. You feel me? Even going back to Sambo. And now you're going to take, what, a week after you see this video to recreate the video? After I've been put all year, maybe months, maybe a year of effort into it? Nah, it's not going down like that.
I just feel like she's not about to disturb my spirit. Like, she's not really that important to me.
I feel that.
Like, I feel like sometimes we give our energy and our anger to some shit that's not really worth it. Like, it's so much other stuff that black people can be angry about other than a female taking a video and, like, I haven't seen it to really speak on it, but, like, turning up with it or whatever the fuck she was doing, whatever her topic of convo was, like, it's just not worth my energy. Like, but I don't negate nobody else's energy or like being upset over it. I feel like that's valid. Like, my opinion is valid. Your opinion is valid. Feel how you feel. I think the problem is, oh, somebody calling. Oh, you guys call in. The link is, what's the phone number to call in? The number 310 594 3529.
Listen, we're going to say it one more time. For those that don't know that, for those that want to call in, please call in at Plan A Radio at 310-594-3529. That's again, 310-594-3529.
Yo, what's Yo, what's good? What's good? How you doing? You tuned in with Planet Radio, man. Ask who's calling. God
Yo,
damn.
it's Danny Kent off Instagram.
Hey,
It's who?
Dave.
Dave?
Oh, yo, can you
Motherfucking
hear me?
Dave. What's
Yo,
up,
what's good, Dave?
Dave?
How you, bro?
What's up with it? Hello?
Oh, wait, we got multiple people. Okay, wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay. So first we got Dave. Dave, just give us 1 second. Who's the next person on the call?
It's me. It's Bird Boy. Travis Bird Boy.
What's good, bird boy?
You
How you
know me
feeling?
personally?
Hey, Travis Birdboy.
How do y'all hear these names? My ears
Well,
are
what's going on? I see y'all tuned in with the radio station. Y'all got anything to comment on what we've just been discussing or any of
What
the
we talking
topics?
about? Welcome to the 1960s. How may I help
Yeah,
you?
first of all, my name's Danny, 2 N's and a Y.
Andy.
Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Danny. What's up,
Danny?
Danny?
Alright, what up? So you guys were talking about like culture of rap and why people can't use different terms.
We said nigga specifically. You trying to use nigga? You trying to get approved to say nigga?
I mean, like, alright.
Nah, Danny. No, Danny. I really want to hear your
I wanna hear
opinions.
you, Danny.
Danny, it was actually me. It was actually me, Gail Bean, who said I don't appreciate folks that's not black saying nigga. Like I'ma own up to my comment. But go ahead, express yourself.
Bro.
Like if someone like if they're not using it in a term to just like you feel me? Like if they're not using it
Nah, I
to
don't feel you.
No.
then like why? Like
I'm gonna keep it 100,000 trillion percent straight up with you. I'm gonna give you this opportunity. I'm gonna let you speak because I just saw the Kanye West video today. It's the anniversary of that. I'm gonna let you speak, but Beyonce had the greatest video of all time.
You
I'm gonna
heard?
let you speak, but if you are not black, you cannot say nigga. Continue.
But then you're just being like you're being racist kind of because you're
Nope, that's
saying
not gonna
that
happen.
straight racist.
I'm gonna
Let me
stop
tell you something.
Hold on.
Danny, Danny.
We're gonna let the queen
Wait,
speak
let me
first.
let me just disprove you because you said if me as a black person saying that I don't want other races saying nigga, I'm being racist. That's basically saying a female saying she don't want no males calling her a bitch is being sexist.
Boom.
It's
Say it,
not
Gail
the
B.
same, my brother.
Ooh, you gotta see this passion.
I just want to let you know. Now I'm assuming because you called in and you obviously white, you want to say nigga. It's not that serious. You got a million thousand trillion words in the vocabulary in the English language, Spanish language. I don't really know that many languages, but all the languages that you could say.
I don't think you have much. Do you have much more facts to say? Because she just kind of.
Hey, Danny, listen real quick. Before this is Egypt, by the way. I wanna connect with you because I don't wanna just shun you away from this topic. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna just push you away and say that you don't. I don't believe you deserve to say the word nigga. Period.
Ever.
But at the same time, I want to send you a link to give you a
That's a
better
fair game.
description
No
so you
more
can
racism.
understand it from a different perspective. So if you can follow me on Instagram at EgyptAli_, I will send you a link today. Because here's my thing, right?
Alright, yeah,
I'm gonna tell you
right now.
listen. So the LGBT community, they use the word faggot, right? I don't identify with them enough to use the word faggot, so I'm not gonna say faggot. So I don't feel like I should say, oh, hey, faggots. That's not my place.
Yeah.
And when or for instance, like
Alright.
hold on. Let me finish.
Hey, we haven't let him.
Let me finish.
Let's let him elaborate on his.
All right, I'm gonna let you elaborate, and then I'm gonna capitalize on what I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Go ahead, finish.
Like, and for instance, in the video that I'm going to direct you to, he talks about his wife. He says if he sees a random woman on the street and she refers to him as honey, that would be a problem to his wife. But he calls his wife honey because that's the relationship that he has with his wife. You don't have that relationship with the black culture, so why do you feel like you should have the right
Alright.
to
But
say
my
that?
perspective is say a white kid
Nope.
just born, gets
No.
involved in black and raises them exactly how they were raised,
No.
and then like
No, but
If
Hey,
a wolf
hey.
wait, hold on. Let him talk.
Let
Let
him
him talk.
talk.
Hold
Let
on.
him
We
talk.
gotta hear this
Even
side.
if you disagree, let him talk.
Yeah, let him talk.
Let him talk.
Are we
I'm
listening?
not disagreeing. Like you have your views. I'm not like this.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're saying we want
My
to hear your
perspective
views.
is if there was a newborn baby just raised his whole life by let's say alright in the ghetto, raised using these terms with his friends because they were no different than him. They were friends. Like they grew up exactly the same.
Okay, Danny. So what you're saying? I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. You said if there was a newborn baby raised in the ghetto, and his friends, and he's white, and his friends are black, then he should be able to say nigga. I just want to make sure I heard you correct. Okay. So the fact that you already associate the term nigga to ghetto is the first problem of you not understanding our culture and why we use the word nigga. Um, the fact that you like
But I'm not racist at all.
I don't think you're right. I
No.
didn't
We
call you
don't think you
racist.
are.
I
We don't
didn't
think
call
you
you
are.
racist. I didn't say you were racist. I did not say
What?
that was not. I just said I would rather. No, I said no other ethnicity should be able to say nigga.
Okay, well,
That's what I said.
Before we continue,
Hopefully,
Danny,
we as a black race, can evolve to nobody saying it. But right now, we haven't gotten that far. Baby steps.
We
Danny,
still got the next
we're
caller.
not looking at you as racist, and we appreciate you giving a different perspective. We do understand that you have a different school of thought. However, we do disagree and think that is the incorrect school of thought. So, but we do not look at you as a racist, and we are open to hearing other opinions. And like I
DM
said,
me.
please DM me. I told you already. DM me, and I'm gonna direct you to a link that will better guide your judgment. I'm sure. But we got another caller to get to, Danny, and thank you for calling in, man.
Who was the other caller?
Appreciate you.
All good, bro.
Bird boy. Yo, Bird boy, what's up, Bird boy?
What's up with it?
What's good, man? Where you calling from?
Yeah.
Where you calling from?
Oh shit, I hung up on him.
Really?
You hung up on him.
Oh shit.
Smoking with drill boys.
Bird boy, call back. We accidentally hung up.
We hung up on accident,
Who the next
bro.
caller though? Who we got
Hey,
on
how
right
you
now?
doing today? Fuck, he was
I'm
with
good. My name is Kelly. I'm from Indiana.
Hi,
Hey,
Kelly.
from Indiana.
So I was actually watching this on Instagram Live, and I had to call in because
Wait, whose live
I
were you
do
on?
believe everyone has their own opinion, whether it's incorrect or correct. But I do agree with her. The fact that he said that the word nigga
That is
associated
verbal.
together doesn't mean anything. Black person can have an amazing upbringing that's not in the project, but they can still say the word nigga.
Yes.
Come on,
We
Kelly.
took that word and made it we took that word and made it something positive for our community. So I
Yes.
understand if a white person or another person of color that's not black can use it. There's even plenty of white rappers that grew up in property.
Kelly about to make me strip.
How successful he is.
I just believe that you in your house right now,
Kelly,
you standing up,
I love you.
walking around with your phone to your ear. No, you got your phone on speakerphone. This is what I believe, Kelly. I see in my mind. You walking around your house right now with your phone in your hand on speakerphone with a glass of wine talking about, and I wish a nigga would like a kitchen cabinet. So like, I feels your energy.
Why, you are right though.
Well, I'm psychic playing the lotto tonight.
Really in there common for him to say that that it was just associated with the projects or ghetto. Like that's just one thing that he doesn't understand our black culture, and that's the problem. A lot of white people want to use our blackness for their, I guess, for clout or to make fun of us, but they don't understand
Because they are enamored with poverty.
She might need to call it a day.
They are enamored with poverty. Come on, Kelly. Please DM me right now so I can shout you out on Instagram tomorrow. DM me Ink Very Well. Ink INK Very Well. Please DM me because I gotta shout you out.
Man on the line, y'all.
Bird boy.
Yeah, what's up?
Give us 1 second, love.
Exactly. Oh my god.
Hello? Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Bird, what's good, Bird?
What's up with it?
Hey, where you from?
I'm from Louisiana, but I'm in Oregon right now.
Okay.
Do you want to know why?
So
Never mind.
What you got to say about the topic today?
I did what I gotta say. I'm from the South, and can't no white person say that word. Like they don't want us saying crap. You know what I'm talking about?
Bird boy, I'm from Atlanta. So I feel you. Let me just be clear. I'm not from Atlanta. I'm from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Just so we clear. Because a lot of, I say Atlanta for people who not from Atlanta, but I'm from Stone Mountain, Georgia. It's actually on the outskirts. It's on the east side.
But it's cute.
It's on 20s. Okay. I'm Panola Road, shout it. I stay off Stone Mountain Lithonia. But yeah, so I'm from the South too, and I feel the exact same way. Like, and people out here in LA, from what let me just not categorize all of LAians.
Do it. Be generalized.
Okay, cool. People out here in LA, they just think they're so forward and so far away from the southern racist ways that they can say nigga. Like, I don't care how forward we are. I don't care if slavery was 1,000 and 1,200 years ago. Don't say nigga. Period. If you not black, like just don't do that. Don't be like. And they're like, I literally, it was somebody in my presence, and I was like, yo, can you please, you know what I'm saying, stop saying that. And he literally grabbed his black friend and said, I'm not racist. I have black friends.
That's the most racist line.
Yeah, that's
I said, and the fact that you think that shit is not racist
Is
further proves that you're fucking racist.
Man. So when you got out of jail for stabbing him, how much community service did you have to? I just want to know how much community service
They
I
told
can
me, you know
expect
what I'm
to do
saying? It
when
was
I
one,
visit my people too.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just want to know. Who else we got on the line? Didn't we have another
Hello?
call?
Yeah.
There's another person.
Hello?
Yo, what's up? Who it is, man? Yo, we tuned in with Plan A Radio.
Inkwell J, right?
That's me. Ink very well.
Yeah, this punchline.
What up, Punchlines? I think he was in
Oh, Ink very well.
my life.
Hello?
Yo,
What's
what's
up,
up, Punchline? How you doing today?
What's going on, man? What's going on? How y'all doing? I just randomly seen y'all on live on Ink Very Well Instagram page.
Oh, you right. It
And
is Ink
I
very
was
well.
trying to meet.
Wait, is it Ink very well or
Yeah,
Ink very well J?
No, Ink very well.
Okay, you right.
yeah.
What's up,
I just
Punchline?
want
What
to
you got to
chime
say
in
about the topic?
on the whole nigga topic or what the fuck.
The whole nigga topic.
All right, what's up? Let us know how you feeling.
Okay. This my thing about it. Name something that us blacks have something that whites don't have.
Melanin.
Culture.
Rhythm.
And the word
Rhythm.
nigga. The word nigga is something
Jollof
that
rice.
we got. Like, I don't know why they're trying to take it from us. Know what I'm saying? That's ours.
Look.
Know what I'm saying? Probably something that's probably like the only thing that they could get in trouble for, but we can't. Know what I'm saying?
Right. And they can't.
And that
handle
finally,
it.
You know what?
And that
Let me
finally gives them a little peek of how we live every day.
let me just repeat this
In
to.
one
I don't know
word,
if y'all heard him. He said, "Nigga is the only thing that blacks have that."
Whites want. Because
No, he
that's-
said that we can. That's the only thing that we cannot get in trouble for.
Hey,
Saying that.
deep.
That's the only thing that we cannot get in
unless
trouble
we in
for.
school.
They
well,
want our
then we
whole
get in trouble
culture,
for
so we
everything.
can't say what they don't want.
But
They enslaved us.
We
so
get in
they
trouble
like
for
but they
breathing,
can't.
walking.
That's a
Go
fact.
ahead,
drinking
King. We
water,
listening? What you say?
driving.
You know what I'm saying? We can't get in trouble for it, but they can though.
Right. No, and that's a beautiful point because
So
they don't
that's
get in
like,
trouble anywhere.
yeah,
That
there's not
drives
too
us
many
to our
words
next
like
topic.
that. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that we have. Like, I don't know why they're trying to take it from us. Like old girl said earlier, like it's so many words. Why you wanna use the one that we have? But we all know that we, the black people, black culture, is one of like we are the most copied race.
Danny, I hope you're still listening, Danny.
No, Danny been lost.
Not to take no L's at you, but I just think this is a very good time for you to just be educated. Like we're not even attacking you, my brother. We asking you to sit here and listen. Like be
Oh
educated.
nah, yeah. Oh, and trust me, I got white friends that I had this conversation with before, and you know, some white people just don't know, and
And
you
you know
can't
what's so
knock
bad
them
about
because they're not in our world. You know what I'm saying? They're just kind of looking from the outside in. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have this type of dialogue, especially with white people that's open and want to listen and want to learn. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful,
I'm gonna
beautiful thing.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for one moment, just
The
because I
devil don't
want.
need no help. But
Right
okay.
now,
Yes.
that's a fact. But I just want to know y'all perspective, just so they can understand a little bit more. So like, if we was in a concert, right,
Uh-huh.
and OJ came on, which is Jay-Z's song, still, you know, be like light nigga, dark nigga, and you were around a crowd of white people saying that, what do you do or how do you feel? Because again, in our world, it's like, oh well, it's hip hop. But at the same, and even to them, it's just hip hop.
Whether it's hip hop or regular conversation, whether I'm around one
That's a
people
fact.
or 1 million white
That's a
people, if
fact.
they saying nigga, I'm uncomfortable.
Absolutely. But do you
I don't
address
like
it
the
in
shit.
that moment? Do you address it in that
I don't
moment?
like
Even
the
though
I
that's
mean, I
just-
ain't gonna run up on the stage and say, I'm gonna let you finish, Jay, but white folks stop saying niggas. But I'm gonna feel some type of way. Like, I mean, you gotta pick your battles too. Like, I ain't going in there with the Beretta, like, blasting everybody just because they saying nigga.
No, 'cause that's white culture.
Yeah.
Sorry. Y'all
Almost.
not ready for that? We're
The
not
shade.
Too soon, too soon,
Sorry,
too
too
soon.
soon.
Hey, E, that's funny that you mentioned that song because it was a real life situation, like where I was coming like from like court, and me and my mother was walking across the
Hey,
street,
hey,
right?
y'all.
And it was a white dude bumping still nigga.
My phone about to
You know what I mean? In a car. So my mom being in her 50s, you know what I'm saying? Seeing a white person bumping still nigga like real loud.
Yeah, yeah.
It almost got me into a fight because my mom looked at the dude like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he flicked my mom off. And I didn't see it though. You feel me? I didn't see it until I see my mom going, off. And then I start going off, but like just by listening to it in your car could sometimes have an effect by older person hearing it listening to by somebody else. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Because it affected my mom when she heard still nigga being bumped by another race.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I, like for me, I don't like whatever.
I don't care what you listen to.
Yeah, but I mean, but
I don't feel like they like even if you listen to, don't repeat everything. You know what I'm saying? It's some folks, the whole shit, like everybody, since everybody's so sensitive and so like, since what's important to people and what hurts people is the whole Holocaust thing and calling. I don't even know what's the term that people feel is. I don't even know. I don't even have a vocabulary of racist shit like that. But I don't even know. But I'm saying I don't fucking know. I just know like I'm not about. I forgot. Keep going.
No,
My
essentially
mom
is
keep
that
going.
is that I won't
Come on,
discredit another person, or I won't take just like Egypt was saying, was that there's language that is specific based on relationships with certain people. And it's almost like when white people get the confidence, the audacity, the caucasity to say nigga.
Ooh, the caucasity.
When
Sounds
they get
about
the
white.
caucasity to say nigga, that's when that behavior, like what you experienced with your mother, comes out. Because white people don't say nigga to feel included. They say nigga for power. Like, yeah, nigga, I said it. Now what? What you gonna exactly? White people ain't saying nigga just to be experiencing the joy of a Pac Div concert. White people ain't saying nigga. No, they're saying nigga because there's so many people in this room. No one's gonna hear me say it.
Some people, everybody, shit vary. Like, can we cut you on here?
Yeah, girl, this is the motherfucking radio. No,
Like some people be saying it to feel included or feel like everybody has their different reason for saying it, and everybody has a different excuse as to why they should be able to say it. And I just feel like motherfucker no. Like no. Like no, it ain't much that I say no to, but like that's some shit, my brother, you gonna have to.
My
What's up,
chat,
Cole?
my
I think
live
at
is
concerts is like the only exception, even though it still makes me uncomfortable. But it happens a lot in hip hop. I see it,
Yes.
Lil Wayne concerts, everybody concerts, white people they sing songs and they'll say the words. And
Hey, bro,
I think that's like the only exception.
somebody gonna get you for saying that.
I
Cause
just-
it's like, cause the thing is like, if somebody called your mom a B, right? And they say that bitch, and they're like, well, that's the only exception. But now it's like, well, you accepted it once, you gonna
Right.
open that door for
Kevin
it to be
made-
something
you made
else.
a good point,
Gonna
Kevin.
be like, oh, your
I'm
mama
not,
that bitch.
no,
Like,
no, listen. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying it happens. It's a fact.
But one thing I can't acknowledge is
Whether we like it or not.
salute the black culture to is one of my followers at the Nixon brand made a very good point. He said, "Can we call one another kings and queens?" I do feel like we're shifting to that. That's being embraced more. Like Egypt was just like Egypt queen. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and it was so foreign that I just thought that was part of your name.
Right? I'm like, nah.
I said, "What's your name?" He said, "Egypt Queen," and I was like, "Oh, nice to meet you, Egypt Queen." And he was like, "What?" No, I was calling you Queen. My name is Egypt, and it's just so crazy. Like that's still a little foreign. But Kevin Nixon made a really great point. Like let's move towards calling each other kings and queens. I do feel like we say it more than what we used to, but it is going to be a filler word and a replacement word for nigga and bitch. Cause niggas be like, "Oh, that's my bitch."
See, and that's the thing. I think that niggas. See, you got me about to say.
And we say
Yeah,
sis. We say sis way more.
I think that, but we
I
got
like
so
that.
comfortable in saying bitch and nigga because it's been pushed in the media for so long and so much that it's became a normality. But once we start doing this and calling kings and queens and make it our part of our natural habits every day, it'll become a normality for us as well. But it's like we also have to change a generation's perspective on a certain word because a lot of people feel like why should I stop using this word? I'm using it for so long. But at the end of the day, I think that it takes more than just one person saying it, two people saying it, and because like no matter what, even it's still foreign to you. And you went to VSU, right? If I'm not mistaken, right, Queen? You went to
No.
VSU, right?
I went to Valdosta State.
Oh, okay. So like for me, it's like I feel like at the end of the day, if it happens more often, it will become more is like, do you know where you derive from? Do you know where your culture is from and why I'm calling you this?
Right.
You would probably prefer me to call you
Good
bitch because when you with your
point,
friends you say bitch because
Right.
and that's normal for you and that's comfortable for you, but that's not comfortable for me because I
Right.
look at you as more than that.
Right.
Right.
So until a lot more women see themselves as queens instead of bitch, until a lot more men see themselves as men and kings instead of nigga, then we're gonna be stuck here. But
And
not enough people want to change.
funny though. It's funny though. So shout out to OG. Before I get off my live, cause my phone about to die. OG Gorilla Black on my live said it perfectly. In college, I don't remember if Egypt remembers this. I had an event and I put on an event called Wordplay, and it was to change the dynamic of what we take off of words. So if you know that before the whites called us niggas, which thank you Kendrick Lamar for being an educated black brother and redefining that term and letting us know what the actual term means. Niggas means king. It means king and queen.
It's
because
Negra. It's Negus. It's Negus. Negus.
Negus. So Negus, which is king. It's translated king and queen because it's like it's just one word. We just gotta when I say nigga to any person of our culture, I'm not saying it in a negative term. I'm saying nigga like you're a king, nigga like you're a queen. We just gotta change the way of our wordplay and how we use our words because words are just energy at the end of the day.
Yep.
But white man still can't say nigga because I know the term that you're trying to say. You're just saying out of confidence. But
I gotta address something that somebody said on my IG live. So Kevin mentioned a couple of people were talking about, us being kings and queens, and someone said not all black people are kings and queens. This was a black person. We are not all kings and queens. I disagree. So there are people. I mean, I'm Christian based. I believe in God. I feel like we are all God's children. Whether they claim to be, whether they act like a child of God, whatever, you are. Whether your mama is on crack and you don't consider her your mother no more, whether she ain't been there for you, she still birthed you. She's still your mother. So I feel like black people are all kings and queens, whether we choose to act like so or not. That don't. If you fucking fold up $100 bill, you step on it, you spit on it, you pour water on it, it's still $100 bill. Whether it's dirty or not. So I disagree on that one. But I mean, I like your point, the famous nobody. You said we are not all equal. Yeah. I mean, I believe that. I believe nobody's equal. I believe we're all different people. So.
Little show.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? That was the thing. You're welcome to the 1960s. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome anytime.
But yeah, we're about to go ahead, go on break right now. Do 3 songs. We got Bria Cherie with here with me. We got Def Street with Been All That, and we also got Cardinal with I Miss You.
Nice.
All right, yo, what up? This is your boy DJ Show. See y'all back after this commercial break.
Peace.
Guys, my phone is dying. I'm sorry, but thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You look too hard to be called equal as lazy people. You're very sweet.
Yeah.
The famous nobody, but yeah, I do.
So when we go back,
thank you for diving in though. Like,
isn't she
Y'all,
great?
thank you.
I love her.
Y'all, make sure y'all follow everybody. They're all really great, really dope people.
After these
DJ
songs,
Show.
we're gonna incorporate playing music in the background. That way it's not
Hey,
just white noise.
Zachariah.
So I'm letting everybody know so they're not startled by it.
When we come back on, I want to get you.
My phone is dying, so my live will cut out. But follow DJ Show
What's good, DJ Show?
at
The real DJ Show. The real
Yeah.
DJ Show.
Follow me, Ink Very Well. Not because I just ink well. I ink very well.
Yeah, I met her at the Poetry Lounge. She is fucking bomb.
Ain't she bomb though? Yeah.
Her
I love her
skin
though.
is fire.
Yeah, that's true.
What's up, yo?
That's true.
Like,
That's
fire.
fire.
Like, your
My skin looks so
like,
good.
Roxanne,
Like,
Roxanne ain't got shit on either.
Roxanne don't. She don't though.
But she fine. But she good. But she bomb.
Hell yeah, man. Them bars be having me on. A lot of bars.
Egypt.
That's like she chose the whole station.
Thank you, Kelly.
Bird boy, you the best.
This is Egypt. This is
Bird boy, the best.
Egypt.
Oh yeah, remember Dave Chappelle?
Egypt,
order burritos $5 again. Nigga, you stupid, nigga. You gonna get a hat, nigga. Yeah, we appreciate you. Hey, Danny, did you ever submit your music to the radio station? ADP. Make sure you call in, bro.
It's crazy. I used to not be able to watch my show America because of how big I was. I lost a lot of that weight. Where are you going? You hurt? Oh, you tired? I was gonna be like, oh, why are you here? Okay, be safe. Oh, you ain't gonna yell it on me. Increasing power is Gail. What's the next move? Oh, you still on live. When you done? When you done?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
I got white friends, man. But until you nervous enough where a cop get behind you, is no reason to say anything. I'm sorry. Like anytime a cop, no matter if my plates are good and everything is solid, I ain't done nothing wrong. Seatbelt on and everything. I get nervous. I know you don't get nervous when the cop get behind you. You can have crack in the car, gun, loaded, AR-15, you name it. You ain't nervous. Me, I'm
Gail, can
nervous.
you walk me to my car to make sure I got my charger?
Water, goddamn.
Let's walk to the car, Gail. Will you?
My skin complexion makes me nervous.
I can't.
I'm finna get shot today.
Hell yeah, for real.
Down 18, nigga get shot
Like,
for being black and
I know you're fully capable, but
You already know.
I can't help it.
so nice to meet you, young lady. You was the shit.
Thank you.
Ain't she? Watch her and everything.
But yo, let me get my keys. I forgot mine. I don't need them. I don't need my keys. I need my keys. Cause my charger's definitely down.
Make sure y'all call in. We got. Make sure y'all call in. The number's right here. I pinned it. So make sure y'all call in and talk to us, man. Y'all call in and talk to us. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. I got a shirt, nigga. I'm making my chest, nigga. I got a shirt, nigga. Nigga, the Neo. You got the number though, ho? Make sure you call in. You already know we live. We about to go live back in like 5 minutes, man. Just letting these songs play right now, bro. You know what I mean? Once the shit finished, bro, we going back live. So, I don't know why y'all coming at the right time. Y'all niggas should have been logged in a long motherfucking time ago. Y'all niggas just now getting here. Just now getting here. Make sure y'all call in though. Numbers at the bottom. Shit crazy, man.
That's crazy. I know you dying right now. How you going?
You can see the difference, huh?
I'm already knowing, bro. You been chilling like, yeah, bro. I'm cool. I know you need your medicine.
Man, I need my medicine, man. What a medicine, man. I need my medicine, man. Man.
My fault too. I was in a rush.
And the funny thing is, I was supposed to go get some draw before I came in here, but I knew if I was going to get some draw, I'd have been late. And today, everybody came like damn near on time, so I'm glad I didn't get draw, because everybody else is kind of like here. You know what I mean? Man, nobody about to do that dumbass shit there. That's why every single thing, like, we need to walk into the things, man. I'm not about to say no fucking things. Oh yeah, my nigga Bishop, man. No medicine, man. I don't have no medicine. My nigga Bishop out there, man. Shit. I'm about to go back live, though. Like, I'm gonna end this and I'm gonna start a new live. No weed smoke needed. What you mean no weed smoke needed? Nigga, you smoke Reggie, you got an uncle named Reggie, nigga. God damn.
so silly.
The cube.
A cube.
You can eat your cube.
Oh, I was like,
If you want.
Huh?
You want five stones?
Yeah.
We can work five stones. I feel like she has to charge her phone.
Before I even got the interview, I was like, all right, I don't even need this.
okay.
She has an Android.
I was texting.
You was talking to like, okay, yeah, Casey. So red carpet interview should be a minimum extra and shit. I'm like, I'm on the red carpet and I ain't even able to get to him. This dude was speaking to
Damn,
everybody
phone
before
just
he got
died.
on the carpet. And I was like, and he don't even know he was. That's because I was like, what motherfuckers doing?
I've been getting to the money. Everybody.
Oh, there we go.
He was like, I was like funny because I'm like, damn, I might as well just ask him like, yo, bro, what you talking about? Like,
Khaled, you good?
like, it's so chill.
Okay.
This is cool.
You okay?
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's my pleasure, bro. Nah, keep doing your thing.
Let's see.
And the artists that you tune in, I was so random. My mom had told me like, send me something
I'm excited.
of mine. She, I don't know, she still used to admire me. Crazy.
Of course not. What is your goal out here? I know we're gonna talk about this as a treat, but I'm just
So like I said, I had my own radio show. I started working for YukMouth. You know that?
you know I did.
And when I started working for MTV, shit went to hell. But I had my own idea for my own televised talk show.
Okay.
So it's similar to some of the stuff you talk about, but with segments and stuff like that. I can show you. I can't show you because I don't got internet. But it's called the Brief Film. And basically, I'm gonna have
The
like
show you had when you were in school. Brought it back out here.
yeah, but it's gonna be instead of it being radio, it's gonna be televised.
Okay.
And because we don't have a platform to talk about this shit, we don't have a face or a voice. And I think that it's important for us to have a voice and a presence because I think because we have more innovative technology, we have more access to technology, so we ask more questions.
Right.
You know, so I feel
We
like
should
that
be.
needs to be highlighted. But let's incorporate social media on the show and stop having shit in just the studio. And let's have a street team. Let's also have a
That's
barbershop scene.
literally
Like,
you gotta see my shows.
tell me, but I've been working at the joint for like 3 years. And right now, I'm working with D Network, and they're trying to. It was going to give me $5,000, but I need 16. My project is so material, it's like $5,000. So that's why, like with show, I be feeling bad because I wasn't as connected at first because I didn't want to. I never want to feel like I'm stepping on somebody's toes, but I am like I've done this before. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, I also don't want to have like a show that some of my topics be similar because I already had this laid out. Ever somebody feel like I'm taking from you. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that do take from people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's my thing.
Are we going back on? Are we back on? Oh, you just turned it down so you can watch the video. Okay. I was confused.
No, that's cool. So yeah, so right now I'm just like I work for the Clippers. The Clippers season is over right now. And Equinox. But outside of that, I talk back and forth with this girl named Vita from the E Network. But I need more than $5,000. I need 15. If I don't get 15, then I'm just gonna shoot myself.
Yeah. I was going to say,
That chick on the floor.
obviously, you know, a part of our. I wish I could.
Oh, the nigga
This
that
is why we
quit.
need to have the retreat so
That
that
quit.
we
I don't
can
wanna
hear what
work
all of
it
our
no more.
visions are and plans, and also so that we can hear everyone else's because essentially
But
we
where did
want
he get
to
the speaker from?
recreate this but our own. So instead of it saying the social hour, it would say Plan A Radio, and everyone has their own
It's
show.
epic, yo.
And then we, as the pioneers, come in and have the group show where we all come in, but y'all have your own individual things.
She got
I want
biscuits. I keep looking the shit on my lip.
I just left mine in the car. You wanna go get it?
I'm too lazy.
This is classic, yo.
Says the trainer.
I know. You know what? I've been in a really said, "Hey, relax. Hey, don't.
I was looking around like, but it does exactly what it is. And also watching other friends as well, so you know they kind of get you around.
Or that one dude off
You might just see
off the
different
wire.
twins, so you might just see really
Oh yeah.
your body on how you view your twin.
I was like, I don't really like. That's because I don't want to exploit the fact that I sang her. I just for what?
You see homeboy with the half blood
It
hair.
may not be the smoking, it may be the
The white boy
toxicity.
or?
But so much of this,
He was black.
Oh,
chemtrail.
oh, oh.
He had the overalls.
Ian. He did one song.
So
He did
that's
one
why
song.
no,
Oh, the
no,
DJ.
no.
Ian, I fought
If you're
him.
just made worse, you probably be worse. Yeah,
The DJ.
did next
He was a black dude.
But if I were you, just do some grounding
That
as
dude
often
was
as you
funny
can.
as hell. He came
Just
to me
because
because I
it's
was just
saying
outside.
it's just facing the wind. You touch the
And I was
trees,
just there
but
with
you
him.
can't
We were
look
about to
around.
dance.
So I started meditating a lot.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey yo, you know how to dance to this? No homo."
I never met this song.
You're a vessel. God is trying to charge you, but your body is responding the way it does. Your body's probably telling you like your body isn't telling you it's too much. Your body is trying to rev its engine to handle all the things that God's putting. Like you can only be this
Nah,
strong.
like the
People that don't
vibe
have
in
these
that
feelings,
event
they
was
can't
so
handle
set,
God.
dog. I feel like
God is
DJs,
trying to get you
performers,
so that
everything,
you
like just the
sit
whole
in
environment was very
your
like
body.
embracing.
You're being a vessel right
That
now,
shit
but
was
it
crazy.
feels like the train's moving too fast.
It was a vibe. Like it,
Yeah, no,
It's like, you know what I'm saying? I always keep it good in here. I'm gonna go out, I can have fun, all that stuff. But at the same time, after leaving law school and come here, I can't go back home and have my mom and dad be
look
like,
at
yo,
Shorty with this
I
full
gotta
hood
make
on.
that right now strategy. She's got me shit. I've never known her try
And
to
this
tell me
dude's
to sit
Astro
down.
Kid.
What's your
You see the show that I figured it out. Like, I
yeah.
figured
Oh
out,
wow,
I
that's
pay
crazy.
like 160 a month.
What's his
You know
phone?
what I'm saying?
Oh,
Shit crazy.
oh wow, but he has a
Y'all
great.
ready to go back on?
Yeah.
Blue Cross
Oh,
Blue
we
Shield.
about to
Got them numbers.
Are we ready?
Yup.
Yeah, we about to go
What
back.
school y'all went to? Y'all went to HBCU?
Lincoln University.
Lincoln
Oh.
University,
The
the
first
first to circle
HBCU.
back college. You know, first degree granted founded in 1854.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I went to
It's the land of
Oh,
the
we live?
first. You feel me?
And your page
the
said this, so I
first
was trying to do my research.
last
What does it say?
lynching in California was
About
done
Dawson?
down the street from my
It's
school.
not an
So
HBCU.
It's not.
No.
who has
I was
historical
like,
facts
please don't
now?
Like, close company.
You
Lord.
got one up on me.
No, San Jose State is
It
actually
is,
the
I
worst.
swear I was
John
doing my
Carlos
research,
Thomas
but I
Smith,
just seen the
lynching,
BSU, so I was thinking like
racism,
Virginia State.
the
About Dawson.
Japanese
That's
internment camps.
majority.
Yeah, San Jose State
Majority
is
white.
basically the
Okay.
worst.
Well, that's my
Yo.
I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like,
Don't blame nobody else.
School not
Yo.
being held. I'm sorry.
Yo.
You can
Oh.
say that in the comments, like, yeah, I ain't go to a HBCU.
I was
Okay.
like, maybe he went to one.
Yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? This be your boy DJ Show.
show.
And we back on Planet A Radio.
Show.
Back at it again. Back at it again. That was a harmony. 5-part harmony. 5-part harmony. We got Miss Gail Bean in the place to be. She out here.
What up,
She
though?
came all the way down.
All the way from Stone Mountain. I literally drove and got here this morning because it took me 5 days.
Wait, you really drove?
Lies. I came from the valley.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but when she said drove from Stone
Nah,
Mountain,
I was kidding. It was a
Yeah,
joke.
when you said
Well,
GPS, I was
on
up the
that.
GPS.
Thank you
and
for
this shit.
believing me. Thank you.
It wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first time somebody drove super duper far for us.
Oh, that's love.
Yeah, I mean, but like for you, we love you.
I mean, who wouldn't drive for Plan A? Come on.
Look, tell
Come
the
through.
people.
Like that. I
Come
want
through.
to give you a round of applause for that.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
That shit wasn't going down. Malfunction in this motherfucker, man.
Right. No, it'd be like that. It'd be like
Yeah,
that.
it'd be like that. It'd be
Okay.
like that.
So, Miss Gail, you already told us that you are from Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, what happened?
Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, I don't watch wrestling.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jake the Snake Roberts?
If you watch WWF,
right.
Oh,
if
I
you
was
watch
like,
WWF, you
Back
would
in
know.
the day, though.
Okay, shout out to Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake.
The
we
wrestler.
appreciate
The
you.
wrestler.
The wrestler. Y'all
For
gotta remember
for
she's from
you
Georgia.
proper folks.
Georgia. The wrestler.
Okay.
That's all that is.
So yeah, you were saying I'm
yeah,
from
okay, so Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yes.
I have to
Me and
ask.
Jake.
So, were you acting when you were younger? What was it like? Tell us about your.
Nah, I was straight up a child. So like my mother put me in like ballet, cheerleading, track, softball, swimming, even though I didn't learn how to swim till I was like old as shit, like high school.
Swim classes?
I was in
So
swim
your mom was
classes.
just spending money.
I was
She's like,
drowning
"Keep
every
Gail
week.
busy.
I was drowning every week. Every week she tried to kill me. But
Every week my mama tried to kill me.
yeah. So I did everything. I was just a typical child. Had a great time. You know, did the regular school shit where you take the drama classes and the theater classes in school.
Yeah.
Did that. Senior year of high school, my plan was to, because by that time I was doing co-ed competition cheerleading year round. I was like super cheerleader, tumbling and stuff, going up in the, that type of stuff. So I thought I was going to be a professional Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
Wait, that's still a dream you could have. But
That was definitely my dream as a senior in high school. And then someone told me that the cheerleaders only make like $50 a game. And I was like, but I got to be rich. So
yeah, no, that's
I can't be a broke bitch. I was like, nah, it's a no.
I can't be broke and beautiful.
Yeah,
No,
so I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to do acting. And that was just how just that quick. I loved like performing.
Right.
So anything dealing with entertainment, anything dealing with performing, I was for it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just that quick, I was like, oh nah, I saw my whole life flash before me. Like, yeah, I was like, nah, I'm gonna have to.
She was
switch
like $50
careers.
a game, and then I'm gonna have to do TGI Fridays between the games.
Yeah.
And can I take my job with me out of state?
Yeah.
When we on the road, can I work at TGI?
Yeah.
In
so
New Orleans? Is that an option?
I was like, yeah, so I want to do acting, and then I thought, okay, well, there's no need for me to apply to colleges if I want to do acting. I'm just gonna move to LA. My mother is a high school teacher. She was not with that shit. No. My mother, let me just before her being, my mother is black. She's a black mom. She's a black mother. She was not with it.
So she had multiple items with which to whoop you.
Exactly.
Always within arm's
multiple
reach.
items that I had to go get for her.
Damn. Like, why I gotta retrieve your weapon?
Yeah. I mean, she ain't never beat me or nothing. She beat my ass, but she didn't beat me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's a difference.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. Like, she wasn't, like, closed fisting me, but... Nah, so she was like, why isn't there any college acceptance letters coming to the house? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm not going. I'm moving to L.A.
Oh, okay.
Tried it. I
the
forgot.
Audacity. You watch too much.
I forgot who the hell I was. Yeah, she tried it.
She was like, oh, you think you invincible?
Right.
Yeah, she knocked my ass into next week and then brought me back.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I ended up going to Valdosta State University. Got a business degree.
Yeah.
I have an accounting degree. Let's just be clear. I don't have like just a business. Not to knock nobody who just got business, general ed, but accounting, you work for that motherfucker.
We know the difference.
So I was a double major, accounting and finance. So.
And she was like, now that I got the degree, Mom.
Yeah, I didn't even want to go to my graduation. I was like, there's no acting here. First off, Valdosta, I loved my college was when I went 75% white maybe. Wow. But I grew up going to like all black schools. So I was like, the world isn't all black. I need to experience more and like learn how to be around other people.
And you went to choose white people?
Well, I didn't know other... Being from Atlanta,
Georgia, yeah.
I honestly, LA was a culture shock. I didn't know really that there were that many other ethnicities in the world.
Damn, Georgia, be better.
Like, literally in Georgia, living in Georgia, it was like black, white, Hispanic mixed.
No, that sounds about right.
So then when I came out here, I was like, Mom, there is other.
There's
like, you know, on the boxes,
like
on the check boxes, I was like, yo, like, I remember I was working at a job, and I mean, it's not even a racist comment. It's just literally, I just didn't fucking know. Like, I was working at Windsor in Glendale, and one of my coworkers was like, go help the Armenian. I was like, what is an Armenian?
Oh.
I didn't even know. I was like, I don't know what you're saying. You mean the white lady in the red shirt? She was like, you can't say that. I was like, you just called her an Armenian. Like, what do you mean I can't say that? What? So I learned a lot. And then she was like, the hairy one. And I was like, oh.
The hairy one.
So I learned, no shade. It was a joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's some
No,
applause.
have you seen my sideburns? Everybody know who my man is.
But yeah, so that was my...
Okay, so with that being said, right? So you come out to LA, it's a different experience. You're trying to get into acting. Well, you succeeded. Success is the key word. You succeeded. Tell me about your character on Insecure. If y'all don't know, she played a character on Insecure. Name totally escapes me at the moment.
Rashida, but you could call me Dada.
Right, Rashida, but you could call her Dada. Mm-hmm. And she came and was a part of this legal firm. The legal term. She was a part of the what is the word?
Law firm.
the law firm. God, why is my brain not working? She was a part of the law firm, and her character. Well, you can tell them.
So I played Rashida, aka Dada, on HBO's Insecure. Shout out to Issa Rae and the whole Insecure family and team. Insecure comes back in August.
Hey.
Check that out.
I'm submitting my music.
I was Rashida, the intern, the only other black person at the firm that Molly works at. And I was the fresh, new, young hotness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying out with the old, but shit, definitely in with the new.
Right.
And I was unapologetically black. I was myself. I felt like being myself got me where I was, which shout out to Cardi B, because being herself got her where she is.
Damn, you jumped
Stay yourself so you can stay where you is. But, yeah, and I just felt there was no need for me to switch. Like, these white folks gonna take all this blackness.
Yep.
Whether they want it or not, they better have their motherfucking coffee.
Yep.
So I want to ask you how much of you was inside that actual character that she was playing.
How much of Gail Bean was Rashida? I bring myself to every character that I play. I pray about it, and I'll be like, God, you know, let me be to this character and let the character be to me. But I always try to bring a bit of me. So I would say 50%.
With Rashida's character, there was, and this is a common conversation within communities of color, specifically the black community, about how we have to shift and like respectability politics and sounding good and nice and kind and polite and gentle, just like you mentioned Cardi B. And my reason for bringing up specifically Rashida, respectability politics, and Cardi B was, how do you feel about that conversation about personalities like Rashida that are unapologetic?
My character. I was thinking about Love and Hip Hop.
I know. As soon as I said it, I was like, she probably gonna say Love and Hip Hop. No. How do you feel about Rashida's character and what she represents, especially when it comes to like the conversation about Cardi B? How do you feel about us being authentic, even if there isn't the language to sound cute and nice in the King's English? Like, how do you feel about that?
I feel representation matters, regardless of who you are, where you're from, how many people are within your community of people that you're representing for. I feel like whether you just from a little hut in Africa, or even though Africa is not just huts, so because some people will take that one clip and be like, oh, Gail Bean thinks Africa is just only full of huts. I've been there. But
I had to make a look.
I can't wait to go and never come back.
No.
I just want y'all to hear, if I go to anywhere in Africa, specifically Ghana, I'm never coming back. I hope you liked me.
No, I love Ghana. I just bought land over there. I'm ready to we need to, the doors are open. But I mean, I feel like representation matters, regardless of what race you are, white, black, Hispanic, Latino, even though I think that might be the same thing. I don't know. But Turkish, German, Italian, Swedish. I don't want nobody to feel you're not included. You're all included. But I feel like it matters.
I think that's tough for us also as people. I think people have a difficult time understanding how to navigate conversations about ethnicity and race because there is a lack of representation.
Yeah.
Is that in school you were taught about white history.
Yes.
You're taught about slavery during Black History Month because apparently that's all we were in the public school education system. And then you learn about Cinco de Mayo, but they don't even go in depth about the actual revolution and freeing of our brown brothers and sisters.
Facts.
And so it makes me wonder if how delicate people of color are in this conversation is because of the lack of representation. They don't properly educate us on how Hawaii became a state.
They don't.
You know what I mean? They don't properly educate us about how Puerto Rico became a U.S. territory in 2018. Still can't get fresh water and lights.
And there's so many people who don't see themselves, so they feel they don't fit in. That's why I feel like representation matters, because Cardi B, I mean, some people may feel like, oh, they have to be Jennifer Lopez or they have to be Selena Gomez because they didn't see them.
Always got white parents in her movies. What is this? Sorry.
I don't know. I haven't seen all her movies. I think I've only seen enough.
That's every black person's favorite movie.
But I mean, I feel like Cardi B and people like my character Rashida, like a lot of times we feel like we need these cleaned up black characters on TV to get them on TV. Do you know that if a show has one black person in it, it's just a show. If a show has two black people in it, it's now a black show.
Wow.
So that's why a lot of these shows, they may have like one black person in it because they can't exceed their limit. Yeah. And it's like, we gotta matter. Yeah. We have to matter no matter what race you are. Even the white folks. Like, I fuck with all races. Even the white folks. Like, not every white person is just like the cookie cutter. I don't really know no real great white cookie cutter people. But some whatever white person that you can think of that is like amazing. Like, not every person is like that one. Some Donald Trump as you see, he's representative of some people. Hillary Clinton is representative of some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, representation matters on so many levels. Obama is representative of some people. 2 Chainz is representative of some AKA people. Titty Boy. Yeah. AKA
Never
brother from Players Circle.
Titty Boy,
when you meet 2 Chainz, say, "What's up, Titty Boy?" He might take a swing at you. But at least you recognize
so
him from
like
his
you can't look at one person's attributes and think you have the demographic.
Correct.
Essentially, that's what
correct. That's like people looking at one black person and figuring and thinking that we all are the same.
Right.
Right.
And you really can't.
At all.
Yeah, that's like putting everybody in one bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because you met one, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
Put them all in the same category.
And a lot of people do that. A lot of people who are, for some reason, like they categorize black folks so quick as like one black person may cuss them out and they just feel that's all black people.
Right.
All black folks is angry and quick to snap and they might fight you. Did y'all see that T.I. just went to jail? He just got arrested?
Yeah,
wasn't it for drunken disorderly?
No, it was for some bullshit because they put the recording up. I just saw it. They just want to keep, like, come on. This man trying to stay out of trouble, walk a clean and narrow. The dude tried to call the cops on him. He was like, "Sir, I live here." He was trying to tell him to leave. He was like, "I live here. Sir, if you would like to step out of there and come talk to me." He called and was like, "This man is irate. He's trying to fight me." When you got the video and the recording, they released the 911 tape. And when he went to jail, they also released the jail footage of him saying, "Why am I being arrested?" Or why he asked like multiple times why he was being arrested. They would not answer him. They treated him like shit. And it's just like, it's T.I. This is somebody with money. Imagine how they treating the brothers who work at the McDonald's up the street.
You heard how they treated Kof the other day. You heard how they always, this is a common thing for them. It's about instilling fear in the community because the more afraid you are, if they can hang the biggest nigger from the top tree in the town square, everyone smaller than that nigger will wonder how that big nigger got caught. Exactly. And how I don't want to be caught like that. Like,
Willie Lynch.
The fear.
Yes, Willie Lynch.
Yeah, it's all about instilling
system
fear.
working effectively. That's all it is.
Tactic. T.I. has been speaking out ever since
he did the Yay versus the People.
Yeah.
Ever since he dropped the Australian girl and stopped dealing with that whole coonery and buffoonery.
Yeah.
Ever since then, he has been speaking out. Now, we understand. Sometimes he do sound like Damon Wayans from Living Color. We understand. Sometimes it's the fortitude of the elliptitude of my inability. Like, sometimes I'll be like, T.I., that's not a word. And y'all be letting him say words. But it's the effort that matters to me. That is why it's so important to me to listen to someone that has a platform like T.I. speak out about the injustices of our people. Which brings me one more time back to the respectability politics and about Cardi B. Because of how she speaks, people don't want to hear what she has to say. Because of how loud she is, how aggressive she is, because of her background. It makes me wonder, do we want authenticity from people of color? Or do we want them to speak the King's English? Are we looking for everyone to be Morgan Freeman?
Who king?
Huh? Right. That's the real question.
No, I'm saying who's king?
That's the look. Ask them.
Who's king? Cause I don't drink tea. I ain't English, bitch.
Look, first of all,
so
only king I know is Martin Luther.
So hello.
And my mama last.
So I mean,
and your mama, and your mama, and your mama, and your mama.
I'm not gonna say. I don't know what it is.
Say no, but no, for real. Like, we kind of like have this perspective of saying like the Oscars is the epitome. We don't support the Image Awards. We support the Oscars because that's the level that we look at as white greatness. Oh, people be like, oh, you didn't grow up in in the hood, so you talk white. Why is that the epitome of greatness or the epitome of what is right? Why is white right?
This is how I feel. I don't judge a person on how they speak.
if you can effectively communicate to me what you're saying, then we good. Like, it's plenty of texts. I text in Ebonics. I don't like to text. So most of mine is the R, the letter R, U, the letter U. But I mean, if I need to communicate with you and you're not understanding me, I know how to switch my language. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with the stuff that code switching.
Y'all gotta read that book, Shifting. It's such a good book.
Oh, okay. Read Shifting, guys.
Read Shifting.
Who's the author?
I'll post the book in my story.
Okay, she gonna post this book in her story. Ink very well. But no, I feel like as long as you get the point, because communication started not even verbal. So it's like, who are you to say, oh, this person can't? Because I do see people attacking Cardi about 80%. How she don't speak proper English and this and that and that. And then sometimes she feels like she needs to defend it and say, like, English isn't her first language and this and that and that. But, like,
sis still speaks
live in you. I don't care. Like, the people who, even if she spoke perfect English, they're not trying to hear her.
Right.
So it doesn't matter.
That's the fact. That is the fact.
She speaks truth every time.
I'm going to go back into your acting career.
Okay,
I'm going to bring it back to the interview, right? So, the passion that you have, what drives you? What is the thing? Like, how do you motivate yourself daily to go out there and fight for these acting roles? What does that look like for you?
My passion that drives me to get up every day and keep going to auditions and hearing no and hearing, like, all the different things that I hear as to why it was a no. I simply love it. Like, I literally love it. I love acting. Like, I love it. And I want to break barriers to make it easier for other black girls. Like, I want to be a role model for other black girls. Like, I feel like there's such a shift right now in the generation as far as role models, as far as, like, Serena Williams being role models from when Hidden Figures came out and from Michelle Obama. Like, I really feel that there's a shift. And I feel like with my art, with my gift, I can do good. So I think that's what motivates me. And then, honestly, like, rejection don't really hurt me like that.
I love that.
Like, it's like, I feel, because it doesn't hurt me because I feel like, if you know, let me ask you a question.
Ask me.
Okay, let me explain and then ask you. So I feel like every no puts me one step closer to my yes. So if God told you, or your man, or your boo, or your mother, whoever was like, you know what? January 1st, 2019, I'm going to give you $10 million. You don't mind being broke from here until January 1st.
So don't.
Because you're going to know each day is going to put you closer to never having to be broke again. So I'm not tripping off the nose because I know it's only going to put me closer to my yes. So it's like, okay, cool. Like, I'm still going to go in. I'm still going to give it my best. Because at the end of the day, people are going to turn around. I told my reps, I was like, there's going to be, all it takes is one yes. So with the money, all it takes is one day for your life to change. All it takes is one yes. So I'm going to keep going and know that when that yes comes, everybody that said no gonna regret that shit. So I ain't really tripping. Like, because the no's are there. But the yeses, they gonna come.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna run through the nose, but I'm still gonna put my best foot forward, because what I don't ever want them to say is that I came in and I was unprepared, that I came in and that I sucked. Like, because if they say I sucked, then it's some hating shit anyway, because I know I don't suck. I ain't gonna say, you know what I'm saying, I can always be better, but I didn't suck. That's one thing I didn't do.
So let me ask you a more specific question then. What do you feel as though you face that your counterpart doesn't, as far as being a black woman in the industry or in the acting realm versus a black male or even a male in general? Do you feel like there's more struggles that you have to endure that most don't?
Yes. I feel the world is, see, black men really feel like they have it the hardest, but I truly believe that the black female has it the hardest. Like, we have it worse than dogs.
Damn.
Like, and people don't see that, but even in the industry, like, other races may adorn and cherish the black man and still will look at us and see a threat.
Yep.
So, or look at us and see, like, just disgust. And not, I don't always go into rooms and feel like, oh, the odds are stacked against me. But it's some things you just know. And it's like, okay, cool. But some rooms I walk into, and I know they want me to win, but it's still hard, because even with that, you have, okay, well, some people are willing to, like, get down with the get down. And I ain't.
Yeah.
Some people are like major on social media. Like that's not me. Like I'm gonna put up there. I've had so many people tell me like what I should do with my fucking Instagram, bruh. No, I'm not doing that shit. That's not what I want to do. I'm gonna post what I want to post. I like putting up fucking pictures. You should put up more professional pictures. You should put up more. I don't fucking like taking pictures unless it's in an Android. I look good in an Android. So like, there's so many people think that they have the answers, and I get listening to some people and understanding, but I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. I'm gonna take all of it and take it to God, and then come back with a grain of salt. So it's just like I feel like I'm faced with so much. Like people have so many stipulations for the female when it comes to our industry and how we should look, things are taking so like females, they don't forget shit. I've heard like people have told me constantly like film is forever. So anything, we live in the age now, we've reached the age of film. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, we was in the age of books. We were in the age of like cassette tapes. We was in the age of different things. But now we've reached the age of film, and film is forever. So what you put out there is forever. And I just feel like as a black female in the acting industry, we're faced with more odds than anybody. I remember I went to one audition and it was a redhead girl, and this was like, I don't know, like Being Mary Jane, How to Get Away with Murder, Scandal, everything was popping. This was even before like Black Lightning and all the new stuff started to come. And this white girl, red hair, she was nice or whatever. We're walking out and she was like, "How did you do?" And I said, I think I did good. And she was like, well, the casting director, didn't really say anything. She was just kind of cold. And I was like, that's just how she is. I've been in for the lady. I was like, that's how she is. And she was like, oh, it's just, I felt it because I'm real big on energy. I felt her about to go into, she was like, well, I mean, I just really feel like they're not really looking for me.
No, she wasn't.
She wanted to tell me about how basically, because we getting 2 more fucking roles in the industry, that don't come to me complaining that you feel like they not checking for you. I said, girl, you a unicorn, you white and you got red hair.
Your time's up.
I said, it's always a role for you.
Stop it.
Do not. Don't come, baby. This is not a shoulder to cry on. This is not, like, it's hard for you. It's hard for you, because Girls Trip came out. Bitch. Get out of here!
Get a little taste.
Get the hell out of here!
She tried to join you. She tried to join your struggle.
Yeah, did you not know? Have you heard of Game of Thrones? Like, I just don't understand.
Hey, that's one thing I be tripping off of. Like, you'll see like every black movie or every black show, you'll see at least 1 or 2 white people in there. Like, as far as like
random shit.
Yeah, doing like a mailman. They could be fixing
Black Panther.
They could be fixing a sprinkler, or just walking a dog or something. Right. They don't even have to have a word in it. But when you see like a all white show, it's like, damn, nobody else exists.
Because according to Friends, there was only one black person.
Gabrielle Union.
I mean, shout out to Gabrielle Union.
Shout out to her for breaking barriers, though.
Right. Exactly. Breaking barriers. Someone talking about, wow, this Gabrielle Union woman is going to go so far. She been in the game for like 30 years.
When did Baby Boy come out? Taraji been in the game forever.
But they never noticed.
Forever. She was on Smart Guy.
Do they ever?
I did not know. She was on. I think she might have been on Sister to Sister.
She was on Sister to Sister. Taraji
She
around.
Man.
Don't play. I was watching Smart Guy where she was over there meeting.
Thank you.
Both the same age of 30.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay.
Eli?
So, we talked about your history. We talked about getting into acting. You got a question, Cole?
Yeah, I got one.
Hit it, Cole.
Yeah,
okay, a question from Cole.
Say no. But no, I got one. We talked about, essentially differences in the industry. So one thing that I saw that was very different about you in the secular industry, you being so deep and
Kelly,
and I love the fact that you're so influenced by God. How do you feel like you can be so influenced by God and keep your faith in God in such a secular industry?
I don't really allow my surroundings to influence me like that. Like, if anything, I try to bring the energy and be the positive in my surroundings. So being in a secular industry is like, I feel like, well, no, not I feel like, I know I'm covered in God from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. So I don't feel like I walk in the room and the sex is just on me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you good. You ever be it's your body is cold. So say it's freezing outside. Your body has adjusted the temperature. You cold. You walk in a burning up hot room, but you good. Like I feel like when I walk into that, I'm good. Like I've been in situations where people was like doing straight up all the drugs, and I've been like, oh, okay, cool. Like
you didn't tell me you know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I've been like, nah, I'm straight on that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, are they doing heroin? I've never seen anybody do heroin. Let's just.
No,
I didn't even know that shit was popular. But
popular and growing.
nah, I just don't allow it to influence me. And I think too, I keep my head because my family and my friends who've been there since day one, it's still my family and my friends, and they still my day ones. Like shout out to Jewel, shout out to Tia, shout out to Steph, all those great people, Wet Willies, South the Cab Tribe, all the people who, you know what I'm saying, been there since day one is still there. I still communicate with them. I still go home. I ain't like, oh, I'm too big. Like, there was a point in time where I was like, damn, everybody's hitting me up, and they on the East Coast, so they waking me up early as hell. Like, there was a point in time where I was like, you know what? I'm about to leave my phone in the living room and let it charge for the night and go to the room.
Right.
But nah, I stay surrounded, and I pray. Like, I pray and I read the Bible. Like, I know everybody's not Bible, but you got to believe in something in order to not allow the industry or just anything, not even just the industry, but like the world, to not allow the world to take over you. You have to believe in something, whether it be God, the universe, whatever. And this is what I told somebody. You can't change if you change yourself for the industry and people to like you, and then they don't like you, and then you don't even like this person that you've changed, then you Kanye. Like, you don't even like yourself, and now the public don't even like you.
Damn.
So now what?
Damn.
Too late to go back to your old skin.
You done shared that.
Yep.
Damn. That should be real.
I'm just saying that I keep myself within the industry. Like, I don't even notice that it's a secular industry. I got tried once, and he'll never do it again, ever. Look. Let me tell you, and if a nigga... Everybody knows this. If a nigga rape me or try to rape me or attempt to rape me, I'm going to jail because I'm going to kill his ass.
Do what you got to do. I'm here.
So, I mean, shout out to everybody. The Time's Up. It's going to be the real Time's Up.
Call me.
Because I'm going to spray him. I'm being honest.
We were actually talking in the very, very beginning. We were talking about, I don't think we talked about it on air, about male insecurity being terrorism. And I gave my examples, and I even gave the example of DJ Show having to save a young woman's life this past Sunday when he was driving Lyft. And you want me to tell a story? Or you want to tell a story?
Oh, you go ahead.
Can I just say something? Shout out to Malcolm Mays. He is on Snowfall because he held me down when somebody tried me. Yeah, I should have punched that nigga in his face.
On set? We're going.
It was not on set, but it was in Detroit. And then he ended up walking into one of the rooms on Snowfall, and my whole body was like, because I should have bodied that nigga in the hotel room there in Detroit. It was like a bunch of us was in the hotel room, and he tried me. He walked up on me, and I was looking good. I don't typically dress up and shit because I don't be wanting folks to holler at me. But I was like, it was a premiere. It was the premiere of the movie Detroit in Detroit. I was out there filming Detroiters, which comes out June 19th on Comedy Central.
Shout out to Detroit. Comedy Central.
And so I went to the premiere because my homie John Conyers, he's running for a seat in Detroit. He had helped with the film publicity out there, so I went. And I went up to my homegirl room. Her dude was in the film, and it was like a bunch of the members, a bunch of the cast in the film. And the dude kept trying to holler at me, and I was just like, nah, feeling it. Like, bro, chill. And so he kept trying to press my line. I was like, you know what, I'm going to just dip. I went to go get my phone off the charger, and he came up behind me and was like, you a stripper?
No!
He was like, yo, you a stripper? Like, everybody that knows me from back home, I would have beat the fuck out of that nigga. Like, that's me. Like, I would have drugged that nigga right there. But I was like, you know what? I'm out here filming. Like, being out here and being in this industry has really, like, caused me to mature.
Yeah.
Because, like, the old girl don't give no fuck. I could do jail time.
Yeah.
Like, I can get out and still, like, get work.
Jail is fun, though.
Yeah.
Coming from experience, I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like summer camp. It wasn't like Orange is the New Black. I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't recommend it to nobody.
But like I say, if you and your best friend commit the same crime and y'all both go to jail, it is summer camp. So make sure you commit crimes with friends. I'm just saying, if you
Kill
go commit a
people with
crime,
friends.
have a friend. You,
Yes.
I want to chime in real quick only because I am a male, so I do.
About jail?
No.
Oh, I was like,
Nah. I've been arrested before, but I ain't never do no time, no crazy nothing like that.
jail is.
But
Congrats.
it's crazy because the cops is fucked up out here, but
Yeah,
especially back at home in Philly, they're ridiculous. But anyway,
Let me see
I
how much
wanted to
better
ask you a
I got.
question because I just feel like in a time frame where like men are so bashed, I feel like we're bashed oftentimes now by women, especially again, I've only dated black women. I only date black women. I don't date outside my race. But it's like I feel like a lot of times black women have this perception of black men nowadays, and it's like they talk down to us, and they kind of like think that they can like it's roles are kind of changing. Like independent women is a thing now, and I respect that.
Yes.
But at the same time, nobody's really independent when you're in a relationship because you're dependent on love or like emotionally, like you want that person to care for you and all that stuff. So it's like I think that we also have to change the mentality and the ways in which we speak to one another too. Because at the same time, I think some of the men's insecurities that seemingly are insecurities are also the way that our women are treating us. And I'm not for those that allow it. Because I feel like there's a lot of men that don't allow, but are also being talked to that way. And they're like, yo, why is this becoming a norm and an accepted thing?
I think.
What's sorry?
I don't. Not even to say not to interrupt because I hate when people say not to interrupt and they do interrupt. I interrupted you, so let me apologize. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna say not to interrupt you because I did. I'm apologize. What I would say is I think the shift happened before this generation, which we already know. The shift did not come from us. The shift wasn't some 29-year-old woman just deciding today is gonna be the day I'm gonna start talking this way to 29-year-old men. What I believe, this is just my opinion based on perception, there's a shift. So we think about the 70s, right? So the 70s, it's like the height of the civil rights movement, and the government is trying to find a way to satiate black people but not give them too much power. So there's an influx in government housing that's provided, right? And so in order to have government housing, now this doesn't apply to all people of color because we know not all people of color experienced government housing. My grandparents didn't, neither did my parents. But with that influx came not allowing men to live in the house. You could not have your child's father, your husband, your boyfriend live in the house. That's still a thing in government housing, right? So there's the stripping away of the structure of the black household, right? They take our fathers out the house, and
as
you got
well
Clinton.
Prison.
And I was gonna say, you heard me say Clinton, right? And you talk about Clinton and his 3-strike rule and all that BS. So there's been a lot to separate the structure of the black family. In that same light, in that same regard, the way black parents treat the genders of their children is totally different. As a black girl, I bet not see a pad in the bathroom. I'm gonna beat your ass. I don't care how many women or men in this house. You need to keep your shit together. You need to keep it prim, proper, shorts under your dresses. Don't let nobody lift your skirt. Don't let no boy touch you. If I find out a boy touch you, I'm gonna beat your ass. Yeah. Like, these are conversations that I've either heard or experienced. Don't let no boy touch you, or I'm gonna beat your ass. Don't bring no babies home, or I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, it's this, as a black girl, as a black woman, you have to keep it together because there is no safety net for you. As opposed to on the flip side, to this day, people are more excited to have boys than they are to have girls. And when black boys are born in this world, till this day, you got women calling this my king. This is my son. His name ain't King, but my hashtag is my king. It is that there is a higher value placed on the black boy and his life than there is on the black girl. This is specifically within the household. I don't know what's happening, so I'm gonna just read this.
I just want you to read it real quick, just so you can get where my mind is at.
Not out loud.
Look,
just read it.
now, you said read it out loud?
Nah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Whose phone is this?
His mom.
But that is a learned behavior. That came from the government telling us that we don't need that. Like, why you need a man for? You got a house? We providing you food. We providing you lights. What is he good for? And then on the flip side is, why do you need more from me? You got a house. You got lights. You got food. What you need from me? Not to mention Papa was a Rolling Stone. Like, there's layers to this. But when I specifically get to the value within the household, and I can't even say black families. I say families of color because even in Latino culture, it's the machismo. It is you protect the boy. You protect the son. He is the king. He is the one that's going to take care of everything. But you know what also? He don't have to do shit. Yeah. Like, I got cousins on cousins whose sons don't do shit to this day. But Abuelita's still making food for him. She's still washing his clothes. But that's not the same experience as a black girl. Going back to what Gail said, as the black women being treated less than dogs, is that we've had to keep it together. There was no safety net for us. There was no one telling us, you good, you got time to be a princess, you can be a princess for a little bit longer, this my princess, this my baby. That wasn't the experience as a black girl. It was at 12 years old, you're a woman. It was once you get your period, you're a woman. And if I find out you got your period before the age of 12, chances are you letting boys touch you and I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, these are the experience of black girls. I don't think any black boy in this room was told by anybody, if I find out you got your period before the age of 12, you getting fucked up.
I mean, that's also because we don't have the period.
That too. But I say like, but I say that to say,
let's be real though.
I say that to say, what was the repercussion for early exposure to sex as a boy?
Very, very true. See, you know what? That's a good point.
There's a lack of responsibility that is placed. There's a lack of responsibility. We have a higher responsibility as girls than boys had. And I'm generalizing here. I have to generalize because I don't know any.
Let me tell you, my father told me, he said, you can't get a boyfriend till I'm 60. You can't have sex till I'm dead.
And then if it was a boy, on the flip side, it was you offering, because I took this as an offer good because my elbows was so dry. Like,
thank
I'm
you.
sorry. The moisture is important. But on the flip side, that's not the experience. Boys are told, yeah, get on out there. Tap you on your back. I'm gonna hand you a pocket.
But can I explain why I feel like there's a difference in that though? Also,
why is there a difference?
Now I do agree with you. There is a difference because I'm a twin. You know, it's a house full of boys.
Identical twins?
No, fraternal twins. Fraternal twins. So me and my twin brother, I feel like when my dad found out we was having sex, he was like, oh shit, all right, cool. Like, but I'm pretty sure it would have been a different experience if I had a sister, but I don't.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that it's also like that goes back to like the double standard when women are called hoes versus a man when he does it. Because I think the difference is when it comes to the mentality is that someone's entering your spirit or someone's entering your being. No one's entering our being. You know what I'm saying? Which is not fair, but at the same time, that's where that school of thought comes from. So it gives you a better understanding of why that double standard does exist.
Yeah, but even the double standard of it being like, because someone is entering your space, like, ain't you also entering someone's space? Like, think about it. Teen pregnancies are at an all-time high. No, the amount of people getting teenage girls pregnant is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
If I can only get pregnant one time in a year, you can get someone pregnant 13 times in a day. Like, what we talking about here?
Hello.
Who's really more responsible? Y'all are literally walking around with millions and millions of loaded in your body. But I'm the one I gotta be more careful. I can only get pregnant once in a year. Like, that's it. I can only carry a baby to term one time in a year. But y'all can get someone pregnant back to back to back to back to back, multiple times in a day, multiple times in a year. If y'all wanted to have 365 babies, you could.
And they could have more than that.
And there's
they
a
could
lack
smash
of
2 people in one day.
Responsibility. It's the difference between we're gonna cut funding for women's health, but we're gonna increase funding for Viagra research. The fuck for what?
Yeah,
Viagra is not medically necessary. And the fact that they really trying to push Viagra to be medically necessary, Viagra has little to no side effects. But you know what birth control does? Acne, weight gain, suicidal thoughts, fibroids, cysts, cancer, like, and that's just everything. 6 out of the actual long laundry list of things that birth control does to women.
You know, sex ed is no longer in schools.
Girl, do you know I was trying to teach sex ed in Bellflower, and I literally had a parent tell me
outrageous questions in sex ed. I'm not.
But the questions need to happen. Like, we can't even have conversations about sex in school. But going back to the initial question, that you had, the initial statement that was being made is that it's almost like a shift in power. And I would say there's a shift in power because there's a shift in responsibility. Like, before it was the woman was the hunter. Most communities were matriarchs, especially like the Native American communities, the African communities used to be matriarchs. And then there was a shift. I don't know when, but at some point, man was like, I can hunt a tiger too. Yeah. And then y'all just fucking decided to go out there and start hunting tigers, and then you started fucking fighting. And now we sitting at home like, y'all want to stop fighting and feed us? But y'all still out here fighting and shit. So it's like it was a shift, and that's where that behavior of the man brings home the bacon, the man taking care of the house, and yada, 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 yada. But there's a lack of men taking care of the house, and I don't think that is our fault. because a lot of the opportunities that were afforded to men 40 years ago don't exist for y'all now. Like, yeah, we don't get hired as much and we don't get paid as much, but they're more inclined to hire a woman because they can pay us less as opposed to hiring men. So I would actually believe that statistically black men are probably getting hired less. I don't have the actual facts. This is just an opinion. This is an observation. I could see where there's a disconnect between black men wanting to do more and not being able to. I could see that.
Yeah.
So if you see that, and then do you acknowledge the fact that there are a lot of black women that talk down to
Yeah,
black men
I started
that are
off by
struggling with
saying
this
that
problem on a regular?
Yeah, but I know I acknowledged that in the beginning when I said I don't think we started that. Because we acknowledge that I acknowledge that there's probably a disconnect in employment rates and like self-esteem in black men, which I as a sociologist I would likely research. Then I have to think of
Somebody said, "What's the solution then?"
Honestly,
The
solution is
ghost paradox underscore.
Listen, I think that the solution starts with the culture. At the end of the day,
I was gonna
feel
say
like
The solution starts with
the culture. We have to like
the solution starts with the culture.
Think about this, right? If you're not feeling well, if you're not eating good, the outside's gonna show that you're not eating good. You gotta take care of the inside of you first before you can even talk about the outside.
Right.
So we got a responsibility for one another to take care of each other, and then we can fix the outside.
Yeah.
We so focused on what this white person said, what this white person did, but yeah, we're not even fixing what we got going on in our own culture. So until
That's
we
a fact.
fix that, because again, media is like manipulating the shit out of how we think about each other.
So with that, let me ask you a question. What you doing with your black dollar?
Shit, don't talk to Egypt Ali about that.
I just want to know, cause I got on a Be Different jacket. This is blacker than it
As
get.
soon as
This
the Queen said it,
DeAndre Washington made this jacket. We went to school together. I was like, I see you. I'ma support you. I'ma buy a jacket. I love it. It's a pretty black and educated on the back.
I'm gonna break this down for you real quick. You feel me?
Just pass it
I
over.
got you, nah, for
so
sure.
Egypt and then Coke.
She
Okay.
said that she needed oil. I said, I got you. I got this
calm
black castor oil that I'm sponsored by Jamaican Lime Hair and Gel.
Heard.
Like, you feel me? So at the end of the day, when it comes to like my friends, black businesses, when it comes to handwritten, all my friends that got clothing lines, Demolaire, I tell them I don't want no discount. However much you selling it for, I'm gonna buy that because I believe in you. So when it comes to my black dollar, I'm putting it right in my friend's pocket, and I'm also putting it to my community. Now that doesn't mean that I don't buy outside of my community, but I always make sure that I look at my black community first. First and foremost, who's cutting my hair? A black man. Who does
Thank
my
you,
lock?
boo.
A
We
black
both
woman.
need it in this
You feel me?
industry.
That's where my money's going. So again, it goes back to fixing.
Hold on
our
1 second, bro.
community
We got a caller.
Give us 1 second. Let Coach speak, and then we're gonna get to the caller.
No. Caller got it.
Caller got it. Okay, caller. Who this is?
My name is Miles.
Extension cord.
I can't hear.
My name is Miles.
Hey,
Hey,
what's good?
Miles.
What's
Hey,
up,
Miles.
Miles? How you doing today, bro?
Hey, I'm doing good. I was watching the live stream and someone said that like men and women don't get paid the same, and that's not true. I just like men and women do get paid the same amount of money. It's just women don't tend to work in fields that are like technical.
That is all of a lie.
Okay, Miles. No, I appreciate because this is a space for you to educate us and us to educate you.
Yeah.
So, I work in the entertainment industry. I'm an actress. Do you feel actors and actresses, which I mean, I feel everybody's an actor, but for some way along the line, they separated it. Do you feel female actors and male actors get paid the same?
Female actors and male actors? Probably not. On average, there are more male actors than there are female actors.
But just if an industry is dominated by something, does that mean that the dominant gender should get paid more?
No, not at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the stat that people tend to go off of. They go off of this stat where it said that women get paid about like 68 cents to every man's dollar. But in that stat, they were comparing every single job. Period. They were comparing engineers. They were comparing teachers. So I just think it has to be a fair comparison. Like female engineers aren't being paid less than male engineers.
So,
Okay.
So
in what percentile? So I get what you're saying. You're saying like an engineer, female engineers and male engineers are paid the same. So
It's like
and
if that was really happening, that would be.
I get you, but in totality of
There is,
jobs.
there are marches
So
about
if we have 10 jobs, in 8 of them, in 5 of them jobs, can you say that females are paid the same as males?
In 10 jobs, what exactly
No,
are the jobs?
in 10, it doesn't matter. No. In out of 10 jobs, in 5 of those, are females being paid the same as males?
I would say so. I mean, I don't know
Name
exactly
5.
what you mean. But
Name 5.
No.
What I'm trying to
so
tell
you're
you,
saying, like,
what I'm trying to let you know, what I'm trying to let you know is you're making a generalization of an engineering position. What we're saying is in the percentile of most professions, females are paid less than males are paid, which is a fact. So I definitely appreciate your opinion, but you got to come with more stats.
it's not an opinion. It's not an opinion. I can send you a link to a website on the live.
Tell me
It's not an
stats,
opinion.
bro. Tell me stats.
Okay, Miles. So this is what I'm saying. I appreciate your research that you have done in regards to feeling like female mechanical engineers and male mechanical engineers get paid the same. Male teachers get paid the same as female teachers. Because you're saying like you have to compare it to industry. That's what you're saying. You're saying the data is taken of all males and all females, and then the rate isn't the same because there may be more males that are doctors than there are females. So I get what you're saying, but I don't have the facts to back that up. I'm gonna be honest. It's not like I have anything where I've checked and been like, okay, this person is paid the same. But I know from my career field in my profession, that is a lie. That is false. So I can't speak on every profession, but I can speak on the profession that I'm in to know that females and males aren't paid the same. Why do I think that is? I don't know. Do I think it's fair? Hell no. It
I'm
ain't.
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. Honestly, it's no different than like the NBA versus the WNBA in my mind. I
God.
think that's how it comes. Like more people are going to watch the NBA versus more people watching the WNBA. And I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm thinking that people will start to. I think
That's
that.
because they wouldn't let Candace Parker dunk. I'm sorry.
Miles, what is your profession?
Sorry.
I'm a student. I'm actually an engineering student.
Oh, nice, nice. My ex-boyfriend is actually an engineering student. He's getting his PhD from Georgia Tech.
My engineer, my
So I
architect
kind of
of
know
my
a little bit
apartment was
about
an engineer,
engineers because he
so-
has a few friends out here in LA that are engineers, both male and female, that work for NASA.
Shout
And
out
I
to
know
Nesby.
that the male and the female aren't paid the same, but
You said they aren't?
they are not. The ones that graduated from his school that are out here working
They
at
don't.
NASA, they aren't paid the same.
Nope.
And I know he's been looking for jobs, and his quotes is significantly higher than what the female who's out here living in Los Angeles is getting.
Yep.
And he's a male.
I mean, maybe your company, y'all got equal
I mean,
pay. You should send us the job
And
posting.
they graduated from the same school?
They both graduated from Georgia Tech.
Now we getting technical. Send us some
Seriously?
job posting because you're.
What is it? Georgia Institute of
Surprisingly,
Technology. I think that's the
Inequality
full proper
still
name for it.
exists.
Yes,
It's crazy.
they both
Yeah,
graduated.
that's
It's
a
wild.
good school.
Yeah, that's a really great school.
Do you have a question?
But I mean,
Why?
we learn. We learn every day. We learn every day. But I do respect your opinion.
Yeah,
I we
I'm definitely open to having my opinion changed. Like I didn't know that specifically happened. That's kind of crazy.
yeah, that is.
How,
But
this might be too personal, and you do not have to disclose. Please, 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 please trust me. You do not have to disclose. How do you identify?
How do I identify? What do you mean?
I identify as a
like
woman.
Nelson?
I identify as a black woman. How do you identify?
As a black man.
Okay. In your experience, unfortunately, not unfortunately. In a perfect world, we would love everyone of all genders and all ethnicities to know about all genders and all ethnicities. But unfortunately, they don't. And most people don't because they don't have to. It is not a natural requirement for a man to research statistics on women because for what? What does that have to do with me? But as a woman, it's imperative for me to research statistics between male and female, men and women in any industry in which I research and want to navigate because as a woman, I have to know what my competition looks like. But on the flip side, a woman is not often competition for a male, especially in what you consider a male-dominated industry. I'm just out here trying to get a job. As a woman,
listen.
I'm trying to get a spot.
I wanna give you just like a quick story too, real quick. I'm not even to be long-winded, but I remember when the election was going on and Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton was running against each other, and some of the white men and black men that I was around at the time said that I just can't see a woman running the country. I'm like, I can't
You
even
got
believe
a
you saying
woman
this.
running the country.
Some of y'all grew up with just single parents and just your mom. So it's like I think that goes to the point too that you gotta think that there's a country that literally sees women as less than and they're not capable of running the entire country.
Fact.
So when you think about the industry or when you think about jobs, there's a lot of men that are at the hierarchy of the jobs that feel like the woman is not able enough to do the job as adequately as the man. And that's just the
And
reality of life.
that's honestly interesting because black women are the most educated in America right now.
Fact.
Amen.
Like
It's a fact.
five, like period. Like that's a, and it's just like I think the problem is that like on average, like black people and like black women specifically, they are the most educated, but like they're not majoring in like technical stuff. They're not, and then like it's like that's where all the like money and respect unfortunately is like, and it's like I mean even right now there's like not that many black people and there's like barely any women like where I am, you know, and so like the women that come like everybody is like trying to test them and like trying to figure out like
Got
oh
you,
are you
man.
serious?
Hey,
Yeah, it's like really weird.
I thank you. I thank you for that.
definitely. I want to thank you for your contact and thank you for your intellect. Tell us where we can find you at, man. What's your Instagram? What's your tags?
Oh, you can follow me at Miles from LA, MILESFROMLA. Thank you guys for talking to me, and thanks for changing my perspective.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Miles.
being
Thank you
you,
for
man.
being
Miles.
open. Thank you for
Yes.
calling
And
in.
if you ever in LA, man, stop by. All
Yes, thank you for being you, man.
All right, for sure. Bye.
right, man, you have a
Bye.
blessing.
Peace out.
Aw,
All right.
he was a sweetheart.
He was. So just to get back to it, I think we was talking about how to fix the problem. How to fix the problem is a four-letter word, LOVE. How to fix the problem is showing love, and that
I
showing
agree.
love and not looking at okay, men get paid more than women or women don't get showed enough. It's not looking at anything but just showing love about
Mhm.
black men and black women looking at each other just
Mhm.
as successful individuals. Okay, she has his clothing line, bet I'm gonna do that.
Mhm.
Okay, he's trying to be an artist, he's trying to be creative, I'm gonna do that. Let's not look at each other as sex for this perspective as showing love because
Keep going. Finish up.
until us as a race come together, we really can't look at it as sex because we're separating ourselves by being like, oh, I'm getting paid less than you, I'm getting paid more than you, da da da, and the third. So it's about showing love. You ask how we're doing it individually. This is an independent clothing line. I only wear my friends or any independent clothing lines. I can meet somebody and be like, oh, you do bow ties? Literally, I wore on an episode of Grownish that I was featured on. I wore a bow tie by somebody I met the day before.
Mm.
Oh, that's
You
dope.
see what I'm saying?
Nice. Who was
Because
it?
you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
We're
my
gonna get
bad.
to that and you shaking. You trying
My
to mess me
bad.
up,
My
but
bad.
it was his bow
Coast
tie
Guard
and I don't
flow.
got my phone on me and all the other case to be,
My
but
bad. I
you
can't
good.
drop the jacket name because I don't know the handle properly.
You don't
So
know the handle exactly.
I think it's like be different, be underscore different. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it
I
out
don't know
though.
exactly handle,
Real
but
quick, where'd you
we
get
gonna
that
talk to you
jacket
in a
from?
second
Because
because
I
that
would like
joint is dope. Yeah.
something similar for real. When you came in, I
Samesies.
seen the jacket.
I'm gonna
like,
let you know. He only do one on ones. So yours is gonna be different anyway.
As it
That's a
should
bet.
be.
Oh
He
my
only
That's
do
God.
one.
dope.
He only make one on ones.
That's dope.
Tell him I
Yeah.
need that joint like next week. I'll pay him right now.
Yeah, he in the
Exactly.
bay. I'll tell him he in the bay.
He's gonna pay for
I
both.
need that joint. I got you. I need the joint
I
from
was just
Miami.
joking, but I'm about to
Mhm.
get me a
So I can
jacket,
support
y'all.
his clothing line
He
while
needs
I'm
it in a
out
couple
here.
days.
Okay,
So I
okay,
need
I
that.
got you.
But yeah, simply like just like that, just how we're saying, oh bam, we got that clothing line, you got that's what I need. We just gotta show love to each other and stop looking at it so much as okay, you're being done wrong this way. Let's stop fighting over who's being done the worst
Mm.
Yes.
and just
Yeah.
start
It's
showing
not a
love.
I think we missed
competition.
out on the
You know what I'm
It's
psychology
saying?
not
of
a
it also.
Yeah, it's
competition,
not a
black
competition.
people, of who can hurt who. It's not a competition.
Media
But
makes
have we
us
not?
compete though.
Yeah, I was just
First off,
about to say
we've
that.
been competing since light skin was in the house and dark skin was in the
Right.
field. This
Kids
is a
play.
mentality that's been trickled
Right.
over for generations. So it's hard for us to not compete with each other because we've been molded and handcrafted to compete. We
Oh,
shouldn't be
shit.
competing. But when you think about the media, oh, light skinned women are the only ones that's getting TV time, or
Right.
when you think about when the house, if
But
you
even back then, it was materialistic. Excuse me, I'm a caller.
Hey.
We was just
I
about
didn't,
to
you
say
know, I didn't even know. We had a
You better
problem.
come.
Hey.
You better come in here with a
Right,
fork,
just snuck
girl.
up
Let
on
your
us
voice
like
be
that.
heard.
But first of all,
I'm like, Jesus?
Yes, ma'am.
what's your name? What's your Instagram? How'd you tune in?
Mocha.
Hey,
Mocha
Mocha.
latte.
Yes.
Mocha
Mocha
latte.
You got your late
That's the
night
caller
voice
of the
on
week
you.
last
Told
week.
you.
Yo,
The
every
first time she
single
What up,
called
week.
Mocha?
in, she always call in real
With
sex.
this
She
late
be like,
night
"Hey,
voice.
It's Mocha.
this is Donnie."
Okay, Mocha,
Simpson."
what's up? What's up? What you got to say to us?
Just to put in on this topic for at the moment we're on is it goes back to being brainwashed as African Americans in slavery because you have the slave
Yes.
The more we educate ourselves, the more way we can break those chains and those shackles that those mental shackles that we still hold against each other.
I think that a huge part of just human behavior in general that we always forget is that the human body, just like animals and whatnot, are naturally competitive. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever seen animals double in size to compete with another animal that they're in a space with. Like if you put, a
Of course.
small turtle, a turtle that is supposed to be small in a space with a larger turtle, the smaller turtle's biology will make it grow so it can compete with the size of the other turtle, just like in any hierarchy in any kingdom. And so
Right.
the human body is naturally competitive. We can't help but it to be competitive. Like think about our blood cells. Like they are always constantly fighting. They're in competition for health. You know what I mean? We are in competition
Yes, it's
naturally.
survival
But
animalism, of course.
right, but if we if we what is the word? Redirected that competition. If we
Exactly.
made the competition who could love more.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If we just rethink a lot of the trauma that we as humans have been through, honestly, I think we could get a lot further. But a lot of us love the trauma.
Of course.
I mean, the best rap songs is talking about who was the poorest. Am I lying? You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
You're
It's like
totally
it's to
correct.
be in competition with who
It's
is
almost like if you ain't struggle, you don't get no respect.
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
exactly what it
yeah.
is.
Like you don't hold any
That's
clout
But
if
exactly
you
we
what
didn't
let
it
me
struggle
is.
we
hard enough.
it first starts with self though. People like one of the best sayings is be the change you want to see because literally I support so many people and try to show love to so many people and just talk and communicate with folks that I know people see the blessings that I get and they think like okay, it got to be something she doing right. So maybe I'm gonna try hating. That ain't working. It ain't stopping her blessing. Maybe I'm gonna try this. Maybe I'm gonna try that. Then they bring it around to okay, maybe let me just try loving other folks. Like I don't care what brings people to the fold. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you may come and show up for the black folks because and support them because you think somebody fine gonna be there.
Right.
You're here to
Right.
support. So
And
we need
be
to
there
stop
and
being
be
It's all
focused
about
on how
showmanship.
we got them there. And then it's like now that you're here, what can I do with it? Let me
man.
show the love. Let me show the support. And it's like that type of stuff is contagious. Like
Yep.
you can be the stuff that you ever been around somebody and like they negative
Yes.
and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden they
Oh
energy
God.
just come off on you and you kind of be like in a
Yeah.
mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
that's
I
how
try.
love also
I'm gonna be
works.
honest. I try my best to not to adapt to their energy. I try when I do come around people with that type of aura.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it shuts. I pull up like a steel wall. Nothing can come out of me. Nothing can come in me because we are all channels.
Yes.
And you don't want none of the negativity inside you, around you, or in your space because it drains your energy and it drains everything about you. You can't even really think about new ideas or new concepts to come up with to even elevate the next person. I'm like Will Smith said, quote unquote, if you're not putting wood on my fire, what are you doing? Pissing on it? Like I'm not trying to be
Ooh.
that
I wasn't
person.
even
I don't
ready
want
for
that
that.
person
Hello,
around
Will.
me.
Okay.
Hello,
I wasn't
But
ready.
it's just we just got to be conscious of what we put out there and what we do. Because at one point in time, I know like the most watched black stuff on TV was like reality shows.
Look.
But now we got Atlanta. Now we got Insecure. You know what I'm saying? Now we have shows where there are black leads. How to Get Away with Murder. You know what I'm saying? Scandal. We got American Horror Story. We have all of these different shows. We got Ballers on HBO. We have all of these different shows
Yep.
where it's like now people are changing. Remember back in the day when college used to be jumping? HBCUs was the thing because A Different World was on
Still
TV.
are.
Yep.
What was the other
Big
show?
college
Come
tour
on.
on
Yes.
BET.
Like BT College Hill. They used to, you know what I'm saying? They
College
used to
Hill was
go
dope.
visit
There
all the
was a college
colleges.
tour. There was a
There
college
was
tour. The
another
BET
one.
college tour came on Lincoln. Shout out to
Yeah,
Lincoln
the
Like,
College.
Much
BT College
Was
Tour.
lit.
positivity. Now
But
it's
yes.
yeah, we
just
used to have
some
the
type
Black
of
Expo.
negative
That used to be a
concept
thing.
behind something that's already positive. And that I feel really, I'm gonna be honest, I feel really drags my heart, because you have all this positivity, but it's like media wants to show the negative part of the positivity just to keep you in line with the drama behind it.
But that's why we
Yes,
got to
going
put
to
it out
college is
there.
great,
Change
but
the narrative.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, exactly. The
Yep.
narrative sucks sometimes, but I mean, whatever gets that person's attention and bring them to the drama, but then they'll overlook all the positivity, and that's what makes a lot of things make you be like, dang, that's a good black show. However,
Yeah, we got
Well,
to
y'all know we could
but
go all day about this. But we gotta
You
thank,
trying to bring
we
it
gotta
right
thank
around
you,
the
Miss
acting?
Mokalade, for calling in. We appreciate you. Former caller of the week last week. Thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate you a lot, Mocha Latte.
Thank you for
You
calling.
be good. Be safe out there, okay? I don't know. Did she hang
I
up?
think she might have. She snuck in and snuck
She
off.
snuck in and snuck out.
That's
Mocha
too
Latte.
Shout out Mocha.
So, can we touch one thing real quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hit that.
So, like, since we was just talking about College Hill and how BET used to show black colleges and stuff like that, and you went to PWI, correct? And you went to a PWI, correct?
Unfortunately.
I
And
never heard of it called that before.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
predominantly white.
Predominantly
No,
institution.
I instantly knew what you meant,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but I never heard that term before.
Yeah, so
that's the
it's
thing.
like for me, when I was getting into schools, I had scholarships for track, and then when I decided to go to Lincoln, it was like, Lincoln, why are you going to Lincoln? It's like that's not a sport you really want to go to. I feel like HBCUs are always talked down about, even by black people.
Yeah.
So it's like, you guys going to a PWI. What is your perception of an HBCU now that you're done?
I'm mad as hell I didn't go.
My
Personally.
perception of a HBCU was just that it's black. Like, I didn't have a negative connotation when I thought a HBCU. I just knew my childhood, my whole life was all black. Like there was 2 white people at my high school.
Yeah.
Out of all the grades. So
See, my experience was different in that my dad did not want me to go to HBCU. My sister and I were different. My sister.
You know why that is, probably, right? I'm just saying, from my assumption, that because a lot of times the HBCU degree is saw as less than.
Oh, my dad wouldn't even.
no. I
don't
never
think my
thought
dad
of a
even
HBCU
understood.
as less than.
Personally, no.
I know a lot of other black people who went to my PWI. I'm so excited now. Did y'all know PWI was predominantly white institution? I feel like a white person who just learned a black lingo, a black terminology. Yeah, this is nigga. But
And a capital A.
yeah, no, a lot of people that I know, like, we would road trip to HBCUs. Like,
I mean, but that's the Georgian experience.
yeah,
Because you're already immersed in blackness. I was
Yeah.
raised in LA.
yeah.
Like, so my blackness was different. It wasn't so much blackness as much as it was like hoodness, as much as it was like always something gang related, gang affiliated. Being raised during the height of like Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, all these gang related films based on gang life in LA. That actually was kind of sort of my experience. But when it came to applying for college, my sister and I were different. My dad demanded that we go to college, but shit, I didn't know till 10th grade that it was a requirement for us to go to college. I didn't know. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna graduate high school and work at the mall. I didn't know what I was gonna do. My dad was like, no, you going to college. And I was like, for real? Like more school? Like I was great at school. I always had great grades, but like I wasn't even thinking about that. But my sister and I had different experiences. She would have what most people who don't know any better would be the white experience. She was in the Keep Club and that was her whole thing. But I was always into some shit. My dad always said it was because I had black friends. My sister didn't have black friends.
That's
My
not
dad
true.
always said the reason why I was always in some shit was because I had black friends. But I was like, no. My sister was raised in Hawthorne, which if you're from LA, you know the difference between Hawthorne and being raised in North Long Beach, where I was raised. When I was a kid, I was raised in North Long Beach. I got loked up on
Dad.
9. Like walking back from the bodega, I got loked up on. He took my $5 bill and the nigga gave me change and was like, "Here, buy something nice for yourself." Like
Yeah, but like
that. Like I got, and it was at 9. I got pressed. You know what I mean? I was told how to navigate the hood as a kid. So our experiences were different. But when it came to applying for schools, my sister went to UC Davis and was proud to go to UC Davis. 15 minutes from Sacramento. The whole area is run by cows. Like. That was my sister's college experience. I went to San Jose State. And San Jose State, while it still is a PWI, had a lot of black shit going on all day.
We had a large black community. Now, in retrospect, I'm like, damn, I kind of feel like I missed out not going to a HBCU because, like,
I don't know about your
I've been back to my college.
And I was gonna say,
Like,
I've never been
not really that many
not to cut
times.
everybody off, not to cut everybody off, but I was
No
gonna say,
intention.
Gail, we know we talked about white college, black college. Let's talk about your college experience. We know you're a devastating diva of
I am a Delta.
Sigma
Ooh.
Beta. sorority
Shout out to all the
incorporated,
sorors.
Theta Tau chapter. You know, I did my research. You know, I got
thank
you.
you.
Know what I'm saying? I got
Thank you.
But I want to talk about what was your college experience and how did that help mold you into the actor that you are today?
What helped mold me into the actor, that I am today is Delta. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated has made me a person for the better on so many levels. But even though I went to a predominantly white institution, you wouldn't have known. Like you wouldn't like. I was a cheerleader on a squad of about 30, maybe like 40, and there were like 5 black girls. Me, Shaka, Nakia, Shamika, and Ariel. There was 5 black girls when I came on as a freshman out of like 35.
Damn.
But it was cool. Like everybody was cool. I ended up wearing flip flops. I picked up the little habit of wearing flip flops every day, no matter the weather. But there was still a large black community, like that you wouldn't have known, and that's some type of stuff like you learn while you're there. Greek life was booming. I don't really feel like Greek life is as major out here.
I'm glad you said that.
I feel like it's very non-existent. I mean, they're here. Like, I need all the Greeks in LA not to get upset, but y'all not out.
Not at all.
Okay, so
At
as a
all.
person who crossed at a PWI in California, chasing the experience of what I thought an HBCU would bring. Before I started college, when I figured out I had to go to college, I started researching, and I really, really wanted to go to Howard. When I was in high school, I wanted to go to either Howard or Duke. Because Duke for basketball, but Howard to University. I wanted to go to Duke because Elena Beard played basketball there, and I wanted to play basketball for Duke, and they were looking at me in 8th grade. We're not going to get there, trauma. Anyway, so when I applied to college and I went to San Jose State, I felt the disconnect between the non-blacks and the black community. We were only 1.4% of the campus. So it was imperative at the time. I felt it was imperative for me to hold on to as much as of my culture as I could. So I joined the Black Greek organization, crossed into my sorority. When I joined my organization, I was so proud. I was the most out. Couldn't nobody tell me shit. I looked up on a Kappa and I wish the nigga would, like to his face. Looked up on the Kappa. I was like, fuck all this Greek shit, bro. What's good? Like, you clown us some shit. Let's do this. You know what I mean? I was the most out. But bringing back to your LA comment about Greeks in LA, when I came down to Los Angeles Greeks would not fuck with us at all. At fucking all. They were like, you can't sit with us. When y'all come to the Long Beach Step Show, don't even look in our direction. When we go out to eat after, don't come up here. Like, they did not fuck with us. There was no cohesion when it came to all of the chapters. And so that distorted my view of blackness, not only in college, but in Black Greek organizations. Because I was like, had this been in the South, this would have never went down. But that was my experience in California, which when I went back up to school to complete my last 3 years, I'm going to make it real brief. My organization turned its back on me. We got into some shit that shouldn't even happen. San Jose State and Santa Clara University and a lot of Bay Area colleges were trying to get rid of Black Greeks on campus. And so in order for them to get rid of Black Greeks, they started planting Black people in Greek organizations. So 4 of the organizations on my campus got either suspended or totally kicked off campus within 1 school year. Oh, wow. And nobody thought it was weird. Nobody thought it was weird that like almost 12 kids, I'm not talking about adults, I'm calling us all kids because none of us were of legal age. We were all like 19 and 20. Went to jail on some sorority Greek organization shit, which only reinforced my dad's fear of me being so involved in things that are so Black. My dad was frustrated because he was like, you HBCUs. Always... Exactly. And so my dad's fear about me going to HBCUs, when I graduated from San Jose State, I was like, I'm going to Howard for my master's. Like, what's good? My dad still didn't support because he's like, my dad's actual reaction was, didn't you learn your lesson from them fucking Greeks? That was my dad's reaction.
I went to Link University, and then I went to Ivy League, University of Penn. Mm-hmm. And I understand that you saying, like, you guys are saying that you were part of, like, the Black culture or the Black community, whatever.
In an attempt, yep.
But it's also like when you go to a HBCU, and I'm not saying that you should only go to HBCU, and I'm luckily got the best of both worlds. It's bigger than just the culture of the people that you're hanging out with. When you're in class, you're learning about who you are. Yeah. You're learning about where you come from, and it gives you a different set of pride when you step out. When I went to University of Penn and Ivy League school, I didn't give a fuck who looked at me a certain way, so I knew who I was. And I'm not saying that you can't know who you are without going to HBCU, but it's something that they instill in you every single day. When I was missing classes, I was pledging. I was online, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because your organization is a non-hazing organization.
When I was missing classes, I was like, getting haircuts late at night, crazy shit.
Yeah, right? yeah, getting haircuts.
My professor, Dr. Poe, shout out to Dr. Poe. Yo, why the fuck aren't you coming to class? Because he cared about me that much. Yeah. Because he cared about my education. That's something that they don't want you to go get at HBCU. So we had guidance counselors that's telling you not to do certain things. What's up?
No. keep talking.
We had guidance counselors at my high school like, yeah, you shouldn't go to Howard, or you shouldn't go to BSU, or you shouldn't go to HBC. Like, go ahead, we're not doing none of that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all, man.
It's definitely different. Some people I feel they definitely need that, which is why representation matters. Which is why it's good to see representation on TV, in books, in shows, like with Black Lightning. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got our first Black gay superhero. Like, that's awesome. Like, shout out to the females doing it.
Shout out to God Holly coming on the show as soon as he gets off tour. He's in charge of the music on Black Lightning. So
Kelly says she is a Black woman living in a small town. And I'm not going to say where she is. I'm not going to put your location out there.
Wichita,
but
Kansas.
She's an aspiring actress and writer, currently taking acting classes. And her question is, what struggles do I have? Well, Kelly, when I moved out here 4 years ago, 4.5, almost 5. I moved out here August 2013. And when I moved out here, I didn't really know anybody out here. I had like a cousin that lived far as shit, and a homie that lives in Thousand Oaks, which everybody also know is also far as shit. So I was like legit kind of here by myself. My mom was scared as hell. She was telling me not to go. My dad was like trying to get my mom to quit her job and move with me. They was really treating me like a child. But I just really felt it in my heart. Like, I felt like I asked God for signs. I talk, I question, and I moved. So the hardest thing for me, my struggles, was being away from my family and my friends and my comfort zone. My struggles was when I got out here, I had just got my first agent in Atlanta, and she didn't really know me like that to know like that I could fly back and forth. So she dropped me. So I was out here with no representation, not knowing what the fuck to do, nobody in my family, or I don't have no connects or ties to the industry where I could get a foot in. So my struggles was I didn't know what. I was like praying like, God, order my steps. Please be my agent, my manager, and my publicist until you find somebody that you see fit. Like, I didn't know nothing except for just be here and trust. So my struggles was literally everything. Trying to find somewhere to live, trying to find a job, trying to not cry every day and go home. Like, my struggles was everything. I knew nothing. I would get up, but I feel like just because you know nothing is not an excuse. So I would get online, I would Google stuff, I would go to the library, I would read, I would ask questions. I joined the meetup groups, and you learn. It was literally a like live and learn situation. What else did you say?
And she do it with a smile.
What classes would you, I guess, recommend? There's certain classes that you would recommend to people that
acting classes. I would say when it comes to acting classes, so I took classes both in Atlanta and New York. What I learned about classes here and just LA period is very manipulative. Like, people will definitely take all that you will allow them to take and plus some. They will push you on the ground and take more, whatever fall out your pockets. So when it comes to acting classes, go audit. A lot of these places will try to charge you. Let them know you're not paying for no fucking audit. Audit these classes for free. Feel the energy and see if you think it's right for you. If it is, go, stay, try it. If some of these places is expensive, talk to them. Let them know, like, hey, I can't afford this. Maybe we can do a payment plan. So you got to find out what's really right for you. I audited a bunch of different studios, some places that people say, oh, this person is amazing. They got a whole repertoire of phenomenal working actors. But it's like some people out here may still be just thriving. Their studio could be thriving off of their name. Like, it's some studios that, they may have celebrities that they used to teach, but they're not even really teaching no more. Now they just letting anybody come. They taking everybody money. And there's also some studios that they may be a good teacher, but they're not the teacher for me. I've experienced some studios and white teachers who they don't know how to talk to black people. And I don't mean like they talk disrespectful, but they just don't know how to communicate. Like, I'm going to give y'all an example. One class, the lady said I watched her talk to some white folks who did a scene, and she talked to them like they was regular people. I watched her talk to some black people that did a scene, and she told it was a black girl and a white dude. The note she gave to the girl, she said, it was a guy and a woman teacher. You need to come from the earth.
What the fuck do that mean?
I wanted to go down there and be like, my brother, she is from the earth. What do you want? What more do you want? She has melanin. Like
now the strength of the Black Panther we shipped away.
Then he goes, I was riding around this weekend listening to Mary J. Blige, and it made me just think of you. And this was before like Mary J. Blige was nominated and everything. This was like back when she was like just singing. So I was confused, but it was like he didn't know how to just talk to her like I felt. This is what I felt. She needed to be more organic. You're sitting up there acting. You're not in the moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the teacher, but like I saw that shit. Right. And you sitting here telling her you feel some white teachers, some people who are not black, they feel like they gotta be so politically correct. In the arts, it ain't no fucking. I'm gonna be honest. It ain't all of that shit in the arts. It's like a what is the zone called when it's peace, like it's no war on the zone.
No fly zone, peace zone.
No, it's like
what'd you say?
It's the neutral zone, but I forgot what it's called. That's not it. That's not it.
It's the don't fuck up the zone.
But it's the don't fuck up the zone. They say find your comfort zone and leave. Look at you.
Well,
shout out to you.
Y'all know what it is. You know what time it is. Y'all gotta thank Gail Bean for coming out. I gotta sneeze.
Bless you.
I tried to get that shit out before my sentence was over.
Bless you.
Thank you, Gail Bean, so much for coming out.
Thank
Everybody
you.
give her a round of applause.
Thank you for having me.
All the way
Thank
from
you,
Stone Mountain Valley, California. So where can people follow you? Where can they find you? What you got coming up next?
I am on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Damn, this ain't got no internet.
Your Instagram is Insta_Bean.
B3AN. My Instagram is Insta_Bean. B3AN. My Twitter is Gail_Bean. My Facebook is Actress Gail Bean. Follow me. Sometimes I talk shit. Sometimes I don't. Like, sometimes I talk about important stuff. A lot of times I just put up whatever I like.
And you got Snowfall coming out.
I got, all the stuff that's coming out. So before Snowfall, June, we got Detroiters coming out on Comedy Central. Yes. Make sure y'all watch Detroiters on Comedy Central. Because let me shout out to the whole Vanity team, because I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I was looking fine as fuck in Detroiters.
You're fine as fuck now, so
thank you, but no, I was looking fine in Detroiters. I was like, but I'm telling you, that's when the nigga tried to press me.
Oh yeah.
So, watch Detroiters on Comedy Central June 19th. Watch Snowfall on FX July 21st.
Oh, that's soon. I thought it was in the fall. It is July,
because I said it's snow in the summer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Snowfall.
Watch that, y'all. I got a whole character arc. Let me tell you.
Look.
I'm gonna take you on a whole ride.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
From the first episode to the last episode, it was amazing working with John Singleton. He is awesome. I love Taraji P. Henson. She's my spirit animal, so I felt like I was a little bit closer to her by working with John.
You were.
Yeah.
You were.
Thank you.
Dang.
Shit, I don't know what else coming out. Something else.
You working on right?
Oh, I'm working on Jax. Shout out to Chloe. Shout out to Chloe.
Bertha and Jax is at the road. That's what I saw on the IMDb, but I don't know. So I'm just.
Yes. I don't know.
Kof does his research, y'all.
Well, Jax.
I don't know what's on IMDb because I haven't looked. But if that's what you see, then yeah. So I'm working on Jax. We're actually shooting Saturday. We begin production on Saturday with Jax with Chloe. So, and Paquita and everybody, all the great people over there.
Doing BTS shots. I won't be.
Yes.
Speaking into existence.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, I can get an Emmy this year for my Atlanta episode.
Look.
But hopefully I will. You know what I'm saying? If I do, I just want to let y'all know my thank you speech. I'm going to first thank God and then all the black people in the world and then Unexpected.
Yes.
And then everybody who supported and had anything to do with it and who breathed in my direction, whether it be positive or negative, but more appreciative of the positive.
Hey, we appreciate you so much. DJ Show, you gonna sign us off?
Yeah. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. You know,
once again, it's your girl Inkwell J, aka Huey She Newton, aka Ink Very Well, because I ink well. I don't just ink well, I ink very well.
And it's Egypt Bali live on Planet Radio with DJ Show.
Show.
You know what it is, royalty in the flesh, finesse at its best. I am King Kof, and I am your host. This is Plan A Radio, fucker Plan B. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Black Planet, the works on I am King Kof, you feel me?
Black Planet? You still on Black
Planet?
No,
that's a whole joke.
That's my nigga though, fuck a Plan B.
Yo, what's good? This be your boy DJ Show.
Show.
Man, thank everybody for, tuning in with us, man. Everybody calling in. Mocha Latte, man. Good looking out on the net on the call. Second time, Will. She has always been calling in,
And
always
she always
tuning in
commits
with
the
us.
real sexy voice.
Special shout out to Mocha Latte. And also, if you are an artist, independent artist that needs Instagram consulting or maybe just radio play, or if you're a business that need advertising and marketing, make sure you hit me up at The Real DJ Show on Instagram, or you can easily hit us up at PlanetRadioStation.com. Submit your music to PlanetRadioStation.com. It's
Hey.
DJ Show.
Shout.
Peace.
All right, we out of here with Planet Radio.
Okay. Hey, keep it going, even off the air. Keep it going, even
Nah,
off the
I
air.
appreciate y'all for watching and listening. So grateful.
Okay.
It was a good night. What
Send
time is it? I don't even know what time it is.
Hit it. Cove coming in with it.
Late.
Panty dropper.
Who next?
Hey.
Who
Hit it,
next?
Gail. Hit it, Gail. Bean.
I don't know, no.
Gail, get it, Gail.
I mean, I can sing, but I don't sound good. I'm from Atlanta. I ain't from the hood, but I know some hood niggas. They know how to ride. Hey. Y'all got. I'm shy now. I'm shy now.
We be having fun, y'all. We just be having fun. Bars. That's a bar. And it's a rap.
Good night. Good night.
Planet
good
Radio.
night.
Peace.
Jared. It's a rap like a snack rap.
I'm tired.
Drops the mic.
You ever just notice when you're tired?
Listen,
In
we all
college, she
do.
used to be like, I knew, she'd be like, I know I'm tired, but I get itchy. I was like,
What? I'm tired, bro.
She was like, you ain't ever been so tired, you start itching? Like,
Yeah, I know. I was going to say that shit.
I was like, that's
When
not
I'm
my
itchy,
experience.
I don't know, baby. That might be personal.
I don't know,
Right?
baby.
Like, that's not my experience. That shit was great. So yeah, y'all gonna love when my book and my movie and my play comes
I
out.
should have bought you a book. I didn't even think about it.
It's fine. It's okay. I'm gonna see you very, 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 very soon again. I'm glad I got so many Greeks around me because
They said question.
I
said
have
no
to give
question.
y'all
Yo, everybody do that though. I just be like,
Yeah.
like, you're welcome. Like, no, like, whatever. We family. Like, so that's what
I do
Yeah.
public speaking events, and so now I'm at the point where I want to give my public speaking specific chapters. You know how y'all gotta have that mandatory meeting telling everybody not to haze, not to pledge, or whatever. And I know it's bullshit, but it's a part of like y'all's requirement. So I started off talking to some deltas at Cal State, out of Cal State Dominguez Hills, talking to their grad chapter, and they were like, "We want you to come in and talk to our undergrad chapter when they have the recognition process because, huh? No, one delta. Girl, if it was delta, I would have told you that personally. No, it's not delta. No. So I was talking to some deltas at Cal State Dominguez Hills. They wanted me to talk to the undergrad chapter, and I was like, you know what? This actually needs to be a conversation amongst all of the chapters because I think a huge part of it, not all of the chapters, between all the Design 9, because I feel like a huge part of it was a lack of unity within what? Pop.
Oh no, I thought I was on my rapper page. My bad.
Oh.
I thought I didn't know. I was on a real DJ Show page. I thought I was.
Okay, you good then?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I'm so sorry for you. So yeah, I need to get you on my one sheets because I honestly don't give a damn which organization gets dragged about it. It's as you grow, but I want to have the conversation. Yeah, no, they did this grimy. They did so. It has to be in a movie, and what makes it worse is that it was a false accusation. But we didn't have no representation. Like for instance, there was another organization in our school who did it, and the organization didn't back us up at all, even though there was no proof. Right. And it makes it worse because our organization didn't support us, even though they had the space to do so. Yeah, HQ did not look out for us at all. Like our headquarters did not look. Right. Yeah. No, they didn't look out for us at all. In fact, they put us through. They just made the whole experience traumatizing. They denied our panel options when we were submitting requests. Babe, you're still streaming on YouTube.
Oh, good looking out.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You're telling all my